Yep, we live.
Hey, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
who allowed us to be out here another week, giving our bodies a living sacrifice. All right, Yahawah is who the world knew what he calls God. Yahawashi is his son, who the world knew what he calls Jesus Christ. There's no God beside him. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of GreatMillStone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. That's what we learned this week from. Shalom to the elect, and the Most High giving ears to hear. You know, that's what we out here for. We out here for the elect. Whereas everybody else is going to be destroyed. That's written up in Zechariah 13:8. Right? We'll start off with the Wisdom of Solomon, 2 and the last verse. You know, because we're at the time where the devil is pushing his image upon the world. Alright? And you can grab 2 Timothy 3:1. Right? What's the image? Right? The image of the beast. Alright? The image is the system. Alright? And the system is basically orchestrating everything against the Heavenly Father. Everything that represents death. Alright? Abortions, homo behavior, chemtrails. Now they just, you know, basically they've been had it, but now they're pushing it out there to where they're pushing out lab-grown meat. All this is death.
I'm starting the 23rd verse. It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, the 23rd verse, and the 24th verse. For the Heavenly Father created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Right, through these scriptures, alright, through following the ways, statutes, the law, statutes, commandments from the very beginning, alright, you actually grab that, what's that, second Ezra 5, where it says, like, oh, Adam, what hast thou done? I can't remember exactly where that's at. But, you know, in the ancient world, before you had doctrines, before you had, you know what I'm saying, positions of no value, alright, men followed the ways of the Lord, right, and they lived thousands of years. But now, since they followed the ways of Esau and Edom, the lifespan has since they followed the ways of death, because Esau and Edom wasn't always through the world, alright, so they followed the ways of death, and his lifespan has decreased. Because in the scriptures, brother gonna get it, Lord willing, it says, Ezra basically raised the question, oh Adam, what hast thou done? Since thou hast sinned, we basically all begin to perish. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. I start at verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. Right? Now Adam, alright, followed Eve, which followed the serpent. The serpent today, as it says in what's that, Revelations I think 20, Esau is, it speaks about Esau is the devil, that whole serpent. The serpent today will be Esau and Eve. Alright, one who's always been, who always will be contrary to the Heavenly Father. Being that Adam followed that that false way, he has suffered and all those that came after him. You know, to where we are today. Alright, and here it is, you know, how the scriptures say how the Lord's judgment is like the rings, basically come around full circle. To where that same serpent, alright, is seeking to push his agenda, his wayward doctrine upon the earth. Verse 49. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us in immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death, and that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain, and that there are laid up for us the dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly. Right? And at this point in time we're saturated in wickedness. All right? Which is why we need Yahawashi. All right? And that's our message. Come back unto the way of life. For the other way is death. You know? So we go back to Wisdom of Solomon 2. All right? But Yahawashi, the scripture say, I am the way, the truth, and the life. You know? It is the peace. You know? Get a chance up. John 14. Peace I leave with you. Not the world. 14, 27.
Same two verses.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, 23rd and 24th verse. It says, for the Heavenly Father created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Right? You got a lot of people that has held upon his side. All right? Hey, very recently you had what? The Yahawah situation, where a lot of people is now suddenly dropping on the live. So that scripture holds true to this very day. They that do hold of his side do find it. All right? Before we started camp, the brother was telling us about this woman who had to sneak to get a BBL, and she found death. You know, there's going to be a lot more people that find death, all right, that basically is stuck in the ways of earth, stuck in the ways of Esau.
Yeah, because you got these women that's so into their beauty.
What's going on in the kitchen? But I don't know what's here.
Yes, but these women of this world, right, they're so into their beauty that they're going, to out of the country, on to Mexico, wherever, to actually get these surgeries done. And meanwhile, these surgeries that they get done by not doctors, professionals, right, that are actually licensed, they get them for the cheap, for the low. And it's a lot of these women that's going to get their body done, which is wicked, right? Going against the law, and they're dying. This one girl, she didn't die right on the spot. She actually suffered because her mother told her, don't do it. She stuck around and didn't tell her mother, disappeared and left after she was convinced, and her parents was telling her, don't do it. She went down there and did it. They said something about the utensils were not clean. And she ended up getting the disease. And then all of a sudden, I think she had like 4 strokes. She died suffering, all because she made a stupid ass decision to go get her body done. And that's what happens to a lot of you women, getting judged, man. The Lord is ramping up judgment, man. Just this week, certain people sharing me news and stuff. It's like it was all centered around women getting judgment, man. You had one woman that ate a 3-week-old child, man. Like it's a lot of shit going on, man.
Yeah, like the brother said, there's a lot of shit going on, especially against these women. We had a brother that did a lesson going into out there in Trinidad. There's a real big thing to where a lot of women is being put to death, or being put to sleep, So then the apostle, right after that, I seen a video from the apostle Tahar. He said the same thing. How the Lord is serving these women that which they have asked for.
Yeah, another thing too, the scripture where it says, lovers of thyself, that spirit is rampant in the earth among the Israelites. You got, was it Benjamin, or was it Levi, both? They had a point of, they had a documentary where a lot of them were bleaching their skin, So these are people that are lovers of their self, man. They too into this beauty shit that's gonna get them killed, man. And then too, makeup, that's all deception. And I look at makeup, in my humble opinion, it's witchcraft, man. If a woman gotta wear makeup, that means she's deceiving you, man. She ain't all the way right. Because the Lord already made you up, man. Go ahead,
I got something real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And you go back to these women and their thought processes, growing up in this world society, social media, like the mother mentioned, BBLs, or even these women becoming mothers today, man. These women ain't responsible mothers. Here it is, you got Justin going around where they're leaving their children in cars because they go on vacation for an entire week.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, getting a lot of stuff.
That's one of them. Yeah.
All right,
That's a
raising
lot.
your children any type of way you want them to become fucking little monsters, man. All right. I'm reading this.
Mother,
Yeah.
there was another case where mother, and I believe a daughter,
Yeah, daughter. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
killed the children or some shit.
Oh, no, I'll think about something else.
There was another case, I can't remember what was the situation, but it was a lot this week and last week.
Mhm.
You know?
All right,
All
that's-
centered around women.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
And see,
I know some.
yep. And that good example is that what's that chick's name with the nigga with the cross on his face, the comedian. What's his name?
DC Young
Yeah, DC Young Fly with his woman. I don't know what her name
Oh yeah,
is.
he sacrificed.
Yeah, like you mentioned that BBL and what happened. She thought I'm gonna do whatever I want because that dude's that will spirit that plays upon the people. Especially these women, they're proud as fuck. You can't tell them what to do because why? They don't like taking any type of consideration what they're doing is wrong. They don't like to be told what to do. And we've seen countless videos on that. I don't like a man telling me what to do, and they're being honest, you know.
Yeah, that's Sarat, chapter.
It says, Proverbs 14, verse 12, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And at the end, it's going to be death at the end of the day. If you're not going according to what thus saith the Lord say, at the end of the day, you're going to be put into a snare or a stumbling block, all right? And that day, you're going to be calling to your death. It says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness, all right? Right now, it's, laugh now. People leaving that laugh now, cry later type of aspect, you know what I'm saying? Right now, we're here to suffer right now and enjoy ourselves later on in the kingdom, all right? It says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end thereof, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. After you get done with all that laughing, after that, it's just damn. You know, it's gonna be all. It's not gonna be worth it at the end of the day. Even most of us brothers, you know, we live in this world, going through our tribulations. All right, might have a little yah-yah and might chill, have a great time. But after you go back, after you come back out of the camp, you go back into reality. It's like damn, you know.
Another thing is to prove that women are the product of understanding.
Yep.
Because surgery is not going to the dentist and getting your teeth fixed. It's not a guarantee you can make it. Surgery is, you know, if you have surgery, it's for a real medical reason. They're going to sedate you. It's a possibility you can die.
Yep.
And they operating on you so that you don't feel the pain. These fucking women are going over there getting surgery like it's going to the dentist.
Yep. Going to the yep.
It's crazy. They look at it as if, you know, they got their body done and they all that. It's amazing when your body is already done. You know, so the Lord is casting judgment on these women.
I got something. Yeah. This is.
Still got that second Timothy?
Yeah, I actually do. Yeah.
All right, yeah, bring out your precept and then bring that.
All right. This is Luke chapter 6 and verse 23. It says, "Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." And that goes back to what you were saying. Because at the end of the day, man, hey, all these things that you're asking for, the Lord's gonna turn and put that back on you, and it's gonna be towards your destruction, man. Okay, it says, "Woe unto you."
And like it says in what's that, Wisdom of Solomon 5, how we wearied ourselves in a way of destruction. You know, because when reality hits, you really only have to think about what you did in this time.
Yeah.
You know, when you seen the brother, hey, I was talking to a brother yesterday, and I was saying like how you could literally have it to where, like, say women, brothers have women or whatever, you talking about the truth, they need you now. And the last day she might run across another brother who basically like tell her, like, listen, you had a man of the Lord. You're done now. You know, and that's the Lord is cool like that.
Yeah.
Like he said, like I said to the woman in the well, you know, I knew that you have 5 husbands.
Well, that ain't the Lord being cool. That's the Lord being righteous.
Being real.
Because the Lord, the Most High, he's not mocked. You know, you reap what you sow. You got a brother that's in the truth. That's your ticket.
Right.
Woo! You tear that ticket up, that's it. You're going to have to, as the scriptures say, they must know it after death by Hawaii.
Right.
Meaning 2/3, man.
Yeah.
Now, if the Lord have mercy on you, maybe he reconcile you back with your husband in that day. You might run back into her husband. Maybe, if the Lord want to have mercy. Because Isaiah 4:1, the scriptures say, 7 women shall cleave unto one man. Matter of fact, get it real quick.
Yeah.
Just that make it edify.
This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying,
Which 7 is just completion. That don't mean a brother just gonna have 7 women. If the brother's locked and signed by the Yahawashi now shine to have women, you're gonna have as many women as he likes. That completes it. Going into the kingdom, man.
slow as hell, too. It says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Can you look reproach up with a better? You know, basically to take away that sin. You know, take away everything that was wrong. So only let us be called by your name. We'll make our own food, we'll make our own apparel. You know, meaning it being the natural state of mind and the righteous way of the Yahawashi now shot. You know, women will want to cook, they want to clean, they will want to make clothes. You know, things, getting back into the things we once knew. The original. The authentic. You know, not all this bullshit today. Women don't want to be, you know, smelling good again. You know, they want to take care of their body. They're not gonna be whoring around. You know, they want to be married to their brother, so that they're part of that body. Got that?
Yeah. For the strong G for reproach, it says shame, rebuke, and taunt.
Yeah, well, you can say sin, because it's shame. What is, you know, when you sin, you be disobedient, it makes you what? Ashamed. It's not shame, it's shameless. And the scripture says shameless woman is counted as what? As a dog. Meaning she's a bitch. So she don't want to be called that anymore. So this means she want to be right in the spirit of power.
Sweet and delicate.
Now shut.
Hey, Salutations. Just going back to what you were saying, man. Going back to those women that left the prophets and everything. This thing about that Yahawashi with us. Because here it is that you women should just be grateful enough that brother even gave you the knowledge or information that you have to know what's going on in the world. Because majority of brothers, you give a woman, you're like, man, I ain't telling her nothing. You ain't, you know, you were supposed to be a mystery man. You would be quite pit. But those of you women that probably had a brother, you know what I'm saying, knowing this now, that's just like Yahawah bring Yahawashi for us to bid us to the marriage, man. You know what I'm saying? Bringing us together. You know what I mean?
Just to add on to what you're saying, these women, they don't realize that dealing with a brother, dealing with one of the Lord's elect.
Yep, that's the point.
A hopeful elect. Because these women, you know, they look at you as a regular, you know, man of flesh. They ain't nothing compared to the men that are of this world. But really, when this world passed away, guess who's going to shine? The Lord's men. So really, I forgot exactly how you worded it, what you had just said, but really, they better be happy that they actually.
Yeah, they be grateful.
The man actually dealt with it.
Yeah, because it's just like how we are their ticket, Yahawashi is our ticket. But here it is, you didn't have enough patience and time for the man. Just same thing as these niggas who fall out of the truth. They're like, nah, I ain't dealing with Yahawashi. Man, you taking too long. I'm gonna do my own thing. Now you do promises to that. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, just women with us. A lot of women probably left us because oh, this nigga bugging. This nigga talking about how we gotta be in these situations, different relations. I ain't with this shit. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
The same thing with Fallout Boys, you know?
Real quick, just to edify that, Isaiah, man shall be precious.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get. Yeah.
We're not, I'm not just saying it, we're not just saying it. All right, the scriptures say it. You know?
I wanted to.
And man shall be a cobra.
Yeah.
That one
That's
too.
what I was trying to find.
Because these things gonna happen, man. The Lord said it in Jeremiah 30. Jacob's trouble, he shall be saved out of it. Who is the he? And he is talking about the Lord's elect.
Isaiah 32 and 1 and 2, it says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest.
Yeah, man of the Lord is a hiding place from the wind. That wind represents destruction. You know, the Revelation 7, the Lord talks about the four winds held back by the angels, which the wind represents destruction. And it says the tempest. The tempest is a storm, which is the wrath of the hour. BaHaSham Yahawashi. Read it again, huh?
And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind.
Yeah, he's going to be in hiding place because the Lord is going to have him in cover. Psalm 91. Hiding under the shadows of the Almighty. No, but scripture say a prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself. He hideth himself with the Lord. Okay?
And a covert from the tempest.
Right?
As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
So a man is going to be a protector. No?
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and I'll start at verse 11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil, the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
That's coming. That's prophecy. The Lord is resting up and resting down, man. How to take you kill, man. How do you look? Just talking about it. This is prophecy, man. Go ahead.
It says, I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Yeah, the haughtiness of the terrible, man.
Yeah.
The Lord is no longer going to suffer, you know, in your evil doing. You know? Because the Lord is long suffering. Scripture say he would, somebody gets a rack 5. Real quick, 5, like 5.
No longer a wicked.
Nah, hold it back. Yeah, that's a good one though, too. I like Sirach 5 and 5. I think that's probably.
Sirach chapter 5, verse 4. Say not I have sinned, but what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go.
Yeah, see? He will in no wise let you go. Go ahead.
Concerning propitiation,
Right, which is atonement, you know? Go ahead.
be not without fear to add sin unto sin.
You're supposed to fear Yahawashi Yahawashi. When you look up the word fear, it means to be afraid of someone or something, and it also means to respect. So you are supposed to fear Yahawashi Yahawashi, man. Fear what he can do unto you, man. You know, and just as well as you're supposed to respect, you know, the ordinance of Yahawashi Yahawashi that he gave to us, which is a blessing.
I was going to say, it says, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. How the brother's going into having a man of the Lord, you literally adding sin unto sin. What does it say in Hebrews 10 and 26? And after there was knowledge of the truth, there is no more sacrifice of sins. So, it being that this man knows what he wants, it's like being that this man knows the way of the Lord, you come up against that, you're adding sin unto sin.
Hey, that's a good point you made, because that scripture cut women that lead brothers. Well, women can't divorce a brother. You know? So here it is, this brother, man of the Lord, and like you said, you know, she better be happy that the brother actually gave her some knowledge, right? And then I said, you know, she should be happy that her brother's actually dealing with her. So here it is, after acknowledging it's true, the woman that she might have told her what's going on, she probably tried to, you know, live up to that. She put her hand to the plow, man.
Right.
And now she leave you and she gonna deal with somebody else in the world. And then like the brother said, she might come back around in the day and might meet another brother.
Yeah.
But guess what? The brother be like, no, you dealt with a brother in the world. You know, before the Jacob's trouble. Can't deal with you. Can't do nothing for you, sister. What about you? You know?
Righteous man can do that.
He might even, brother, you quote the scripture to it. Instead of saying all those words, just read the scripture to it, and you might just quote it and then read.
Right.
And it'll sink. Because the Lord said your sins gonna come before you in that day. You're gonna know the guilt. It's gonna be inside of you. When you know you've done wrong.
Right.
You know?
I ain't gonna lie too. I was just thinking that right in the car, that like saying in the last days when everything breaks loose and everything like that. I'm just thinking like I'm not even gonna want to deal with a woman right now. She's gonna be like something to hold me back. It's like nah. Yeah. Dead weight,
My
man.
humble advice, brothers. You don't got no women, don't go get one, man. Stay by yourself, man. But if you got one, hey, hold on. As Apostle Paul said.
Yeah.
You know, and bear with it if she's bitter.
Right.
You know, but if you don't go see, man. Don't worry about that, man. Yeah, you might have a little burn in the flesh and you get your humps off, but you'd rather have that than to have that type of trouble, man. You know?
Yeah, man.
It's kind of trouble, man. You know?
Really? All right.
Go ahead, huh?
It says, concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin, and say not his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins.
Yeah, that's the Christianity, their mindset. They think that the Lord is pacified for whatever they do. You know, they think that they can go to church on Sunday, and then here comes Monday or Sunday night, and they cooking pork roast, you know, all types of abominations, abominable foods. You know, or a woman, she's stripping all week, and then Sunday she go to church thinking she covered. You know, Jake got a crazy mindset, man. They lost, man. Jake lost, man. You know, you got women that are strip all week. And it be, and I put it like this. Some women that sell their body because they poor. You know, like you go to the Dominican Republic and stuff like that. What they call the passport rolls going out there and all that stuff. These women living in conditions that they striving to live. They sort to that. But then you got women here in America that can actually just get a job or go to school. They doing it because it's a trend. It's fast money. You know, it's not an excuse. You know, they doing it because it's quick, fast money. Once a woman put another woman on game, she got a nice little body. She go to the strip joint and she come out of there all week and she got $1,000 at the end of the week or maybe $2,000. You think that woman gonna stop? And then they go to church on Sunday. You know, and fuck the pastor. You know, and they do it all over again. But in their minds, they think they're covered, they're pacified by the Lord. That's why when you speak to Jake, they're so damn hard-headed. Jake be like, God knows my heart. We all heard that. God knows my heart. God knows my heart. You know, because they think that the Lord is pacified for their wrongdoings. That's wicked, man. If you know better, you do better.
So Rock 3 and 27 and 28, and it says, an obstinate heart shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin. In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plan of wickedness have taken root in him.
Yeah.
That word obstinate means stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or choose course of action despite attempts.
Charleston White. That's a prime example of Charleston White. You know, you can't change his opinion. He's a ninja, for real. Just like these ninjas out here. You can't change their opinions. You know? The scriptures, Apostle Paul said, we know the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You can't persuade those type of men. So what do? You walk away. Let the Lord deal with them. Proverbs, the first chapter, kick in. Let them eat of the fruit of their own way. You know, let's see if they get past this Lord's judgment for their own fruits that they, you know, of their own devices. But,
It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. After that verse 6, and say not his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners.
and the Lord's righteous anger resting upon the sinners, man. And who are sinners? The Lord's people. So he's talking about his people, man. It was the Israelites that received the law, statutes, and commandments. It wasn't the Moabites. It wasn't the Edomites. It wasn't the Hamites, the Ishmaelites. It was the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites that received the law, statutes, and commandments. You know? So the Lord said, what?
It says, and wrath coming from, and say not his mercy is great, and he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
The day of vengeance is coming. You know? You go back to that.
God. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold,
Right.
even a man than the gold or the golden wedge of Ophir.
Right. Now, there's a precept that the scriptures say, knowledge, wisdom shall be the stability of thou times. The knowledge of what? In the that have this truth, that knowledge of wisdom, all right, which is for the stability of down time, which is to keep you stable in the times of Jacob's trouble. And the brother just read earlier, Jeremiah 30 and 6, right, about how the Lord said he will save them out of it. That him is the one of the Lord's elect. So read that again. So you can see the transition coming. You see the brothers, you see the true prophets, man, prophesizing week in, week out, in season, out of season. Brothers are telling you, when this shit hit the fan, it's all about what? Faith. That's why you're supposed to pray to the Lord to increase your faith and pray for mercy. Pray for strength in that day. Because when the shit hit the fan, only the Lord's elect will stand. That was a problem. When the shit hit the fan, only the Lord's elect will stand. Bars.
Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Fine gold, man. A man is more precious than gold. You got a lot of, everybody's collecting gold, getting ready for this economy crash, looking for the system to go back to a bargain, on the underground underground level, because he's regulating the money system right now. He's going to implement the CBDC. He's striving to. That's his goal. That's his agenda. Central bank digital currency. Them tracking every transaction. And at the same time making you a human device. What they call transhumanism. A man becoming merging with machine or with technology. Man merging with technology. So guess what? What did the scripture say about that? The mark. It's easy to see what the mark is according to Revelations 13:16. It's easy, man. It don't take rocket science, man. It's obvious. At this point, it's obvious, man. We need the right prices. Go ahead,
It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Right. So a man is going to be more precious than gold, man. Especially when you can't come across men. And I mean righteous men. Guess what? They're going to, as we always bring out from time to time, when this war kick off, guess what America's going to be doing? They're going to be drafting men. Yeah. Some of these ninjas out here, they might even get hemmed up, put into a holding place, and they mad as hell. But guess what? Then they turn around and give them guns and say, we got to fight for them. Because look at this. Look at the we can tell that these days is going to come to pass, man. Because look at the military of the U.S. It's weak. Lows and transformers compared to the other nations. Look what they did at the White House a week ago.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's embarrassing to your own pride of your nation that they call this place. America. That's embarrassing.
It's a lot. Even you mentioned how the soldiers and everything. Hey man, when it comes to war, anybody would say it comes to war and battle and everything, people fight for a cause or for their place in the kingdom for the things that they believe in. Like Russia, Ukraine army, or Japan, all the other nations and everything, they fight for their country because they love their country and they believe in the customs and the culture. Here in America, nobody joins the army because they love America and because of its culture, what they believe in. People join the army. Appreciate that. People join the army because of what? They try to get a good college degree or a certain trade, or benefits. All right. Even a lot of these women just join the army because they've been freaking sluts all these times. Mind you, any woman that goes to the fucking military is a goddamn whore. Because every woman I know, even from me growing up, every woman I know who's went to the military, they're goddamn whores. All right, they go there get power drive by other men. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You meet bitches over there going to college trying to get your trade and shit. Go around. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say it's like that because America's a melting pot now.
Yep, exactly.
Esau is the minority now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So most of these people ain't from here, so they ain't patriotic like that.
Yeah, and who is taking over the military on its own anyway? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You don't really have a lot of. Of course, you have Edomites in there, of course, but Jake is taking over. But Jake is why? Why is Jake taking over? Because why? They don't have the correct mindset to understand this is not my fight. But here it is. But my point was this: is that Esau is here. He's going to make sure that you have no choice but to take on that draft and get drafted in. Just like they did in World War I, World War II. All right, having people drafted. All right, I had a grandfather got drafted in that. She didn't want to do it. But he got in there anyway. He had no choice. Have you ever watched the movie Green Card Soldiers or Green Card Boys? When they came up to the Hispanics' house, the Escorites, I believe, and told them, like, look, you got to join the army in order for you to save you and your family. You know what I'm saying? Then they go ahead and get into the army. The kid gets shot up. They don't get any money for any of that. This brother, right out, Green Card Soldiers. Yeah, he went. Oh, it's Escar, right?
Well,
Was that Zebulon?
Well, another thing is that, like you made a good point. You made a good point. The Americans, they go to the army because of benefits.
Yeah.
And then to prove that, there was a woman in fatigue, a woman that was in the army, a black woman. When they started talking about us going to war, she started crying. She made a big video of herself saying, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was maybe months ago. You know, she said, I ain't signed up for this.
Yep.
Because she went there just for a job. She went there to get benefits. You know? And that's the story. Then you got Ukraine, right? You look at those men. These guys, you know, you got professional athletes. They stop their career just to serve their country. You know?
Yeah. Yep. Grading cap.
I don't know who did per se.
Two boxes.
A lot of them stop their career, martial arts, whatever sport, basketball, and they wait to serve their country. But you got Jay here in America, this is why you're going to have a draft, man, because they're going to need those men to fight. You know? So guess what? Read that again. You got to stay on top.
I'll read it from the 11 again. It says Isaiah chapter 13 verse 11. I will punish the world for their evil, the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Man, arrogance. Look that up. BaHaSham. You know? Pride. Arrogance. You know?
Yeah, and I know that female surgery you're talking about, and that's that America's fake safety bubble that everybody signs up to the military thinking that this place will never see war. But, you know, soon enough they will, and there's going to be that draft.
And that's another reason why the scriptures say you should be thrown into prison. Because some brothers might get drafted.
Right.
And when you refuse to go fight, you get put in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing. They ain't gonna give them no choice.
Hey, Elder Prophet, our kids, you refuse this morning. I got to finish the lesson, but the Prophet already mentioned that some of the lot of Russians are Israelites. Not all.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
I seen that.
got to finish the video.
Yeah.
So a little bit of it.
You know that book Russian Icon? Like, you got a lot of history out there.
They the only Edomites that can really stand toe to toe with King, you know, as far as when it comes to physicality.
Plus, they hate that, bullshit.
Yeah, they hate that shit.
It says for arrogancy, it says exaltation, pride, Strong's G, excellency, pomp,
Excellency.
con.
That goes into the height and elevation of their pride.
Yep.
And how high and mighty they feel about themselves. That's rappers. You know, we talk about it from time to time. You know, the image of a rapper, the image of a celebrity. They hold their head like they better than you. Remember, he was down here in one of the battle rappers. What's his name?
Shotgun Shug.
Surf. He carried himself. You know what I mean? Because he's from here, but of course he's on television or he's known screaming.
Right.
And for battle rap, he feel like he's better than everybody else. And he feel, you know, and all these guys, they get that arrogancy is like they're invincible. Like they can't be touched. Like, cause they got money and they can pay for somebody to knock the head off and all that stuff. So they get arrogance, pride, and excellence.
I got that too. It says,
Saying they're like Boosie Badass. You know?
it's a weird ass name.
Man, Boosie too tough for us, you know?
It's a weird ass name.
Not snitching. I was watching the interview, this some world stuff, but dude, Brick Baby from LA, he was speaking about Boosie. He made a good point. He said, Boosie too tough, man. He said, shit, I'm from the street, but he said, Boosie, you too tough. You too tough, man. You know?
When keeping it real goes wrong.
It says, I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Cease. That means everybody's gonna be humble, man.
Shit.
He's gonna humble the wicked. Ooh. You understand? The Lord's gonna humble the wicked, man. Because when do the wicked get dealt with? I mean, of course the Lord's judgment goes out every day. But when everybody has to humble down, man, you know, there gonna be no pride look on a nigga's face because he got a pistol on him. Or because he got a posse. got money. Look at those. If it did happen, you know, the ship that sunk, the submarine. They said it was billionaires. They did 4 men, 3 men, or something like that. And here it is. See, I was having this conversation, and you got somebody that's rich. See, it's really a curse in this world to be rich, man. You know, you gotta have a special spirit from the Lord. You know, that's why Yahawashi said it's hardly for a rich man to get into the kingdom. Because if you're rich and wealthy, you get conditioned into that way, and you have everything you want. Even when trouble comes, you can eliminate something like this. But guess what? When you're in a submarine, and you're 2 hours down in the goddamn seawater, money ain't gonna buy your life.
Stupid, man.
That was stupid.
He should have penny pinch. There was penny pinching on the vessel.
And they didn't even know.
And you know,
They didn't even.
I know the Lord has a sense of humor, man. On social media, they was cracking jokes. They can meme after meme after meme. I was like, what the hell? And it's like Jake don't give a shit, man.
Don't, yeah.
That's hard as hell, man. People lost their lives, but Lord, having these people make jokes about this shit. They had put little memes together and shit. You know?
All that for what, man?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I say if that really even happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. The shit could have
It was
been
a
a hoax.
distraction.
Yeah, because around the same time is that they passed that FDA meeting. Yeah. Nobody was paying attention to that.
This is James 4 and 6, because what pleases the Lord is to be humble. Right? So James 4 and 6, but he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, the Most High resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble.
And the fact that now they're doing it to the children, you know, because you know that pride shit is synonymous with this whole movement, which is pretty much the do as thou will spirit, and now they're pushing it on the kids, you know, telling them that, you know, Esau with his fourth tongue going about it, that, you know, basically teaching the kids that they could do whatever they want, they could be whatever they want. But you know, the more sinister message behind that is the fact that, you know, they want you to be lawless and be completely against the Most High, Antichrist, you know?
Brother Amawano of the bar brought it out in New York camp, because in 1912, that's when they changed the currency from gold and silver to paper currency.
Yeah, it's the Titanic.
Now this shit happens with the Titanic.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now we're gonna switch from paper currency to digital next month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a psyop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching this. I was gonna say it's probably the ones that was like stopping. Remember back then, I think they said the reason why the people that died in that
They were
Titanic
against it.
they was going against it.
And
That's probably
the people that were in that vessel
yeah.
were against it, against the digital currency. So nothing was set.
And they went to those things right there.
Yeah, and the elites were on that boat too, but then they left last minute when they sailed off. They got Titanic,
This contemporary English version, James 4 and 6, says, in fact, the Most High treats us with even greater kindness, just as the scriptures say. The Most High opposes everyone who is proud, but he blesses all who are humble with undeserved grace. We don't deserve it. It's like somebody, told me to feel your spirit or something, or just because they feel in your spirit, like, you know what, I usually can't do this, don't tell nobody, but I'm going to do such and such. You know? And that's how BaHaSham feels when you're humble. So he wants everybody to be humble, man. But when you're proud, he's going to crush you instead. So ultimately, you're choosing the harder way when you don't be humble. And here in America, everybody is taught to be prideful, man. Even a woman. Look at how the woman act. Listening to DMX, popping shit, man. That's not how Lord intended things to be. So therefore, he's coming to crush you into humbleness. Instead of you taking it upon yourself to be humble in the eyes of Yahawashi, because that's what pleases him.
And the Lord said that if it was up to him, like, lack of better term, roughly paraphrasing, that he would wish for none to perish, especially amongst Israel, but it's because he's bound to his word, and that would make his Lord a liar if he didn't destroy 2/3, you know? So he has to. Y'all that don't want to get right, don't want to repent, don't want to take this window of mercy and grace to come back, you got to get dealt with.
That's literally how we know that the Lord is supposed to, because when you, as I said, Deuteronomy 28, how the Lord brought us into Egypt again with ships. Now, when you go into ancient Egypt, like it says in Exodus 3, the Lord, one of the main reasons why the Lord brought us out of that, because our cry was so great. You know, now if you cry according to basically the righteousness crying because of the affliction from the wicked. You know, now spirit, we sign and crying for the abominations. The Lord has got to be on his way.
Got some brothers mentioned in the drive. It's on 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So it's like, why they don't have no helpers? Where they at? It says, verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, because they're going to be sent off to the wars. And they're going to be destroyed when they go drafted over to these wars, man.
And we got wars coming here. Because I don't know if brothers seen this week. We had I think we said 28 cities. We got the military setting up. We got wars over here too. And niggas, you know what I'm saying? Thinking they got they Dracos and shit gonna go head to head. They get destroyed.
All they gonna do is run out of bullets. Then they're done. They're gonna toss the money.
It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. And their husbands gonna try and go to the store, to their Walmarts, their ShopRites, or whatever, and it's gonna be a bloodbath in there, man. No fighting over the last can of beans. Yeah, it's gonna get ugly out here, man. But Yahawashi is gonna protect us elect. This is why we can't wait for it, man. The Lord said, hasten the day. The day of vengeance burneth in his heart. And we supposed to walk all my souls likewise with the mind of the Lord. So, we can't wait for it to go down as well, man. No, fuck this place. Yes, we hate the so-called righteous, okay? Because he hates you. And that's not, that's not to say we're gonna go out and, or we're even gonna go to the library and print flyers, right? And then pass them around in mailboxes. No, we're not. That's not to say we're gonna do that. It's to say we prepared and we know what it really is. I'm not scared to say that shit.
The so-called white man hate Jesus, man. So put that in the pipe of smoke, as they say.
Yeah. I got it. I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Yeah, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. That's pretty much the point.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5. It riches,
The golden wedge of Ophir, that's talking about the men of the Lord. That's how you know we're the prize, not you.
Right.
Okay? Brothers, we don't got a fiend for them. No, they're going to be coming to us. All we got to do is hold it down and how y'all like that up.
Right.
Continue to grow in wisdom. And you say, what's making the man's face to shine? Right. We got to focus on the spirit, man. Women going to come to us. They're going to be begging to be with us. All we got to do is wait patiently. Right. Everybody has Lord likes patience. Let patience have a perfect work. So we don't got to be fiends. It's going to be found out that we're the prize. That you say, then they shall know who are my chosen.
Right.
And we got the seal upon us, man. Yahawashi. We're going to be the future rulers, joint heirs, alongside with Yahawashi. That's why we even more precious than fine gold out here, man. Right. So, fuck this place.
I was going to say, if I may add too, the scriptures are compared to as rubies. So therefore, if we eat this as far as reading it and abiding by it, we're going to be as that gold, So this is what makes us gold, knowing to have the knowledge. Go ahead.
Grab Malachi 3 and 18. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? So as the brother always going into how, in his life, the main thing is get money. But in that day it's going to be get with the man of the Lord. All right? Get wisdom. All right? You're going to be asking, why is this happening? We always bring that out. First thing you're going to be asking is why? What can I do? Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, and I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water.
And a famine is a little bit of food or water. Not meaning that it's none. It's just a little bit of it. Meaning scarce. It's hard to come by. So guess what? The Lord said he will bring not just a famine of bread and water, but of hearing the word.
And that word famine in Spanish means hambre, which means hunger.
That's why, when Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, besieged Samaria, that's when the donkey's head was sold for such and such, man. So they were still getting a little bit of food, but it was hard to buy. Everything was super inflated, man.
Donkeys. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was bad.
It says, but of hearing the words of the Lord, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to south, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
You shall not find it. You know, you can use your imagination now. Think on, on these certain men and women. There it is, they plan the things. When they get tarried to come to the Lord. They know where brothers at now. But instead, they waiting for the last minute to shit hit the fan, and now you want to look for the prophets. I wouldn't, like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if I had somebody from Jersey coming down to downtown New York or wherever the brothers are at. You can't find them, and they try to head to New York and try to find the apostles or elders. The brothers out there, they're not going to find you. They're not going to find you. They go to the park, yeah. They might even try to go to knock on your door. You don't answer. Because the Lord said a famine of the word is coming. Because the Lord is going, what he's going to do is he's going to shut the mouth of the prophets. The prophets will only speak with the spirit and power of Yahawashi, Yahawashi. That's right. These jokers out here don't understand that. We speak in the spirit of the Lord. Right. When the Lord wants us to shut up, because that means he's not going to be speaking no more. That's right. He's not going to have mercy no more. Basically, the elected seal, man.
Right.
Judgment is coming.
I got something real quick. This, like the benefits of this small window of mercy that we have right now, and the importance of coming into repentance. Psalms 32:5. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee. Now it says that the just shall live by faith. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my hiding place, thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. And this is as opposed to the 2/3. Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. So these 2/3 got to be enforced like a mule or a stubborn animal, and they're still not going to come unto the Lord. So this is why if this word resonates with you, you could have that chance of being of the elect of the 1/3. Give it time. Plant those seeds, because that's the only way that you're going to reap mercy. If not, you keep sowing wickedness, putting off the Lord, not coming into repentance because, I got another day, the shit is still going, I got another day to be another, the best ninja I can be, then you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be caught unawares in this time that, just like 9/11 happened, nobody knew shit on 9/10. This shit is going to be much worse. But us on this side, and the whole select, we're looking out for the deep. So if they drop a bomb on Cali tomorrow, we're not surprised. But a lot of these people, they're gonna get caught unawares trying to come in last minute, and they're gonna be caught up.
So 2 Corinthians 9 and 11. And they that have lost my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. Woo!
I was going to say, blast the music.
I know their faces if I see them, But here it is, they never came over to get the word of the Lord.
Are you saying
they despise the word?
I told that script too, they think we playing, man. They really think we are playing just bugged out. Right, but when that time comes, they're going to see what it truly is, man. And we got the answers ultimately, man. you know, and like going into like defaming of the word, they know that, you know, since we're the ones, you know, bringing this up before it's told, they know we're gonna have some answers as well, right? That oil, so to speak, man, the wise version. So it's just, you know, I remember I mentioned before, like Walmart or something. You buy something from Walmart, you got a problem with it, you need to get it return or something. You go back to the source to get your problem fixed. So they're gonna want to come to the source of the problems going on, so you bring it out to get the problem fixed, man. We ain't gonna be here no more.
But speak up. I can hear you.
Oh,
As
shit.
the brothers were saying, like, pretty much, properties off the streets, you know, before taking away his mercy. I just wanted to add, there was a video brothers put out, this man saying how, you know, things were possible pop off in like July. So, you know, it's like, you know, it just shows that the Lord is really merciful. Like, even though, like, they're saying that could possibly be like a couple days from now, the Lord still got his pen out. Jake still doing Jake stuff.
And
Open him up.
that's crazy. That's a spirit, because I was just saying that, man. Driving down, man. The Lord's mercy is great, man. Because the reason why it's great, because you 2/3, you niggas are still alive, man. You guys don't even know how good you got it, but you'll know when the destruction hits, man. It's gonna. And that's what I was talking about. While thinking inside my head when brothers were speaking, like the stuff coming back to you. It's gonna make you feel so guilty, and so it's gonna burn inside of you, man. You know, that's the worst feeling, man. To work, but you got it.
And I was gonna say, you don't know you fucking deserve it. When those missiles come down, Yahawashi comes back to the clouds, so okay. You know, you're gonna think back in your mind, all right, I deserve this, you know?
Right.
You're gonna know that, and you're gonna feel it every little piece of your body, man. Flaming fucking fire on you.
Like I said, Wisdom of Solomon, we fools.
Yeah.
Their life is vanity. So they gonna know, oh, you nigga fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Right, you something real quick? This is, Slide.
Hey, real quick before you get there,
Yeah.
this guy walking back and forth, keep your eyes out. And I saw a report where there was a Issachar, Mexican, and it was, a woman and her child, her husband, and they were trying to get inside their house. They were walking up the steps to go to their apartment. And there was a Jake that was sitting on the steps that wouldn't let him go by. The dude was bugged out of his mind. I said he had to be on drugs or something, it was some spirit on him. He basically got into it with her. She's crying because she can't get past the guy. The husband stepped in and was like, look, just calm down, let us go by. This dude, now the neighbor came out the house and saw what was going on and actually had a gun. Was trying to get this guy to get out the way. So he shot in the air, dude didn't go nowhere. He tried to pull out a hammer and tried to hammer the wife's husband. So he's trying to defend himself. Meanwhile, he ended up getting past going in the house. The dude came back with a knife. There was another woman stabbed him to death. Like Jake is out of his goddamn mind, man. Look at that dude, he looked like that. Like the Lord repping up spirits, man. Jake out here ready to die because they lost it all. They lost their mind. Not that they lost, everything, bombs and nothing like that. Then they lost their goddamn mind. So they willing to kill or be killed,
There's a video on World Star of dudes driving around shooting at rich people's houses.
Yeah. Little
Just for
kids.
fun.
Little kids.
I think it was in Milwaukee or something. So Jake was losing that. What he said.
I got something quick. The Psalms 119, 78. Let the proud be ashamed. We're going back to these 2/3. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dwelt perversely with me without a cause. All right, and that's what we've been going through since the beginning of this truth, man. You want to tell people about the truth to your family members and your loved ones, and they just come up against you, right? All those cousins that were talking shit, oh, yo, you heard about such and such? Yeah, he on that corner. He a black prophet. Laughing up a storm and shit. Not taking what we're doing actually seriously, man. All right. It says, let the proud be ashamed, for they dwelt perversely with me without a cause. It was without a cause. You did it just to be a damn demon. It says, but look at that though. The 2/3 God played their part. But I will meditate in thy precepts, all right? But we don't give a fuck. We're still going to continue with Yahawashi Shai's word. Doesn't matter what may come to us. All right, be humiliated for Yahawashi, no fucking problem. This is part of the path. It says, "Let those that fear thee turn unto me." It says, "And those that have known thy testimonies." All right, and that's us. That's us. We're returning to Yahawashi, man. We're not concerned about what the world perceives to look at us, how they try to demonize us at times. Oh, these are those anti-Semitic people out there going crazy against those cause over there in Israel right now. Right, this is a purpose for what we're doing.
That's right. Hey, I got something real quick, because on what you said, man, as far as that, like the dude, I caught it too, because it looks like they're like just dead, and
Zombies.
right, like no, yeah.
And I immediately thought of the scripture, make thy face hard against their face. Because he was looking at us hard, like, what the fuck is that about?
Right.
The thing is, too, you gotta be able to discern the spirit. Because,
Right.
don't give them energy. Don't give them what you want.
Right.
You're Satan, he will flee. So you looking, watching, but don't give him your energy so that he'll come in. Now you gave him a door. Now you got a problem.
I got
Sounds
some.
like homeless as dogs and blind as serpents. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Homeless as dogs and blind as serpents.
This is Revelations chapter 11, and I'll start at verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the city, or in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, whereas our Lord was crucified. And then crucified actually goes into the Xing out of our Lord. Okay, it says, in verse 9, it says, and they of the people of the kindred and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer the bodies to be put in graves. And a grave is another way of saying a resting place. So here it is. You see a bunch of Jake out here. They have that dead state, man, and they're because why? They don't have this truth. Precept going to Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And that's what it is, man. Jake out here, have no life, nothing to look forward to. Okay, so they have that fucked up mindset just to constantly do some wicked ass shit, man. They need the Lord, but hey, I don't know what else to say, man.
You guys acting that way when society is established. Imagine when society is broken up. You have a lot of those things. They're gonna do it. Stop them. If there ain't another man to stop them, these women gonna be ravished.
Right.
They're gonna be taken by force. You got guys like that. You see some holy, he ain't gonna. Hey, you might not even want the flies. You might just want to kill.
That's right.
A Skeletor sphere, right? Skeletor.
Got a precept that knows that John 5 and 25. Verily I say unto you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of the Most High, and they that hear shall live.
That's right.
Says, yeah, that's pretty much it. So we was all dead at one point, and then we heard this truth.
Right.
And then we became alive. Right? That's the same thing as like Ezekiel 37. Man. The Lord putting the skin back on us, the sinews, as it spoke about.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Breath coming back onto us, and now our lives are elevated. Man. You may think it's a joke, think it's a game, but we're in a way higher level than you. And not to brag the most, but we in the real world, man.
Right.
The reason why you're dead because you don't even know what's going on.
Right.
You don't even know what's coming down the pipe, man. You don't even know they're trying to force the RFID chip on you, man.
Right.
So you're truly in war, spiritual war, you really live it.
Right. And if no, you good? Oh, all right. Well, I was just gonna say it was so bad that he had to ask the questions. Can these bones live? Like you look at Jake now, it's like this dude never gonna make it, man. You had to ask the question. Like these are very dry. You can see Jake, very dry, man. They need some water, need some milk. It's just sad, man. You had to ask the question, man. That's sad, man. Straight up, man.
I was gonna add that going back to what you mentioned about the voice, we're the Lord's mouthpiece. His voice is coming out through us. According, his voice is coming out right now through what? Us preaching the Holy Scriptures. All right. And also, you remember when it talks about how he gave, how the Most High Yahawah gave out of that breath, like the brother mentioned earlier about breathe, about that breath, and then taking on that the laws and the customs. All right, because if you had to where now, if niggas actually fucking listen, it is they'll get that breath of Yahawashi, which is understanding of the scriptures, and then what they'll be made whole, and ultimately, Lord willing, that brother can be the elect, which is the hope that we have for each other, even for ourselves, you know.
Right. And if I may add too, you got.
So John 17:12, thus saith the Lord, first be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. But he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh.
Another point is, being that the Lord, called us into this truth, the body of Yahawashi, realize that by living in the truth and believing in Yahawashi, you look at your people, you see them as dead. It shows you Jake lost. Like you look at your people, like you look at Jake, it's like, man, Jake lost, man. And that's your nation. Like there's nothing you can do to save them.
Nothing.
It says, or shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, and they saw land and not inhabited. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, in whose heart, in whose hope the Lord is. When he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river.
Yeah, hey, without the Lord, we're nothing, man. You're a heathen. You're truly a heathen. While the Lord turned around and called his own people Gentiles and heathens. Because you strayed away from the Lord. Well, the Lord turned his back. Put us in captivity. He took on the customs and the ways of the heathen. Jake really act like heathens. Look at him, standing there, niggas talk about some nigga shit, bruh, getting high. Every interview, these dudes always got a roll of hell. Like they can't sit there. It's so hard to sit there and be interviewed. They gotta be doing something. And then when they actually sit there, they look all drained out, dried up. Because they got it, it's like they have a short attention span. So it's like they're sitting there, it's like it's water. Look at Jake, man. Jake act like heathens, man. That's why you goddamn heathens is bumping your music. Went to the goddamn gym. They could have been Israelites. But because they're young. Well, they could have been Israelites. These Indians, two young East Indian boys, young men. These niggas in there got the Bluetooth, listening to Moneybag Yo.
Damn.
I said, what the fuck? I said, they could be Israelites. And then I was like, man, a lot of these young dudes, guess what? The actual heathens are tapping into the music because the music they making is heathen music. The beat behind it, the stupid shit, the lyrics, it ain't even creative anymore. Heathens enjoy that. Not to say, some could be Israelites, but then again, too, everything is brought down so low. Music, the daughters of Israel shall be brought low. To the point where heathens are actually enjoying your music. They ain't supposed to be doing what we doing. They ain't supposed to like the shit that we going on. We Israel, man.
For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when he cometh, nor a leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. As the brother was bringing out in Revelation 11, some of the dry bones shall live. Right. They're going to have this water, which is the word.
I got something. This is John chapter 15. John chapter 15 and verse 4. Abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye except ye abide in me. And then, yeah, man, abide in him. And how can you abide in him? You can, well, first and foremost, it says, for lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me, it is written of him. So we have to come back to this, man. It says, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit.
Yeah, the Lord likened Israel as the elect as a garden. You are in that garden, you're going to blossom, you're going to prosper.
Right.
You're going to be live, you're going to live.
Right.
So therefore, if anybody get disconnected from that garden, be plucked up by the root and tossed out, you're gone. You're back in the congregation of the day. You got a lot of bug outs that think they still in the truth, that they've been plucked up and thrown out. You know, and now Satan is using them to test brothers. Because guess what? Satan works for the Most High, man. No matter how much we get mad at, you know, I'm talking about the spiritual prince on the left hand side, tempted to get mad and shit. He's coming against you, but really it's a test for the Lord to see whether you're good. Or you're good or you're bad. It's a test. You know, at the end of the day. Look at the book of Job. We all know the book of Job. What did Satan say to the Most High? You know, he said that Job, if you take this and that, it curses to your face. The Lord said, do what you could, but just don't touch it. You know, they still can't kill him. How much for us? You know, going through a lot of tribulations and shit. And all that, get pissed off, mad as hell, man. Fucking counterpart of the spirit, the tempter, and the earth, the fucking wicked devil running you around. You know, greedy as all hell. You get mad as hell, but guess what? It's a test. You know?
Hey, so I just wanted to make a point. The brother read about the willows and abiding by the water, and this brother read about the trees and everything, abiding by the water. The scriptures talk about how the Lord compares us to willow trees. If you know anything about willow trees, the only way they could even be branched up or survive is if they're near bodies of water. They're on the edge of water, all right? Living flows of water, yeah, the water.
That's how we're going to be as prophets in the Lord. You know? When I was planted by the side,
Yeah, no, so like, and that's why Yahawashi said that he's the way, the truth, the life, because the only way to real life is through the word. That's why that referencing of the valley of dry bones, prophesying to the bones was what made him come back to life. Because he's the word of the Most High that quickened him. So just showing that this is not a man, this is spiritual, and it has to be given unto from the Most High.
I was just finish this up. It says, the same bringeth forth much fruit, for without me ye can do nothing. That's the point.
and without the Lord, we can do nothing. We dead in this earth. Dead men walking. You know? Giving over to your own understanding. Leaning upon your own understanding. You know, taking matters in your own hand. Being carnal minded. That's what Jake is. They carnal minded. What's the scripture say? Carnal minded leads to what? Death. So you just basically going in vain. You know? Your life is worthless. I mean, it plays a part. But in order to get the truth, you're going to have to die on this side, as the scripture says, second as the knowledge. We're a part of something great. That's why it's important to hold on, man, to the faith that the Lord has given us as a gift. Hold on, because we're a part of something great, man. You know?
1 Thessalonians 3 and 5, which is going into spiritually saved, says, for this cause, when I could no longer forbear, I sent to know your faith. So even that right there, you know, lest by some means the tempter have tempted you, and our labor be in vain.
Yeah, because if you put your hands to this plow, and then you start to look back, Yahawashi said, you're not fit for the kingdom. You know, you got some that'll come in, and then as soon as tribulation comes, they back in the world. They couldn't even, go through the first test. You know that, I'll say the first test. When your family coming against you. They couldn't even go through that. Moms, uncles, sister, brother, girlfriend, wife, whatever. You know, they're coming against you. Telling you that if you keep up with that, you're not getting around it. It's embarrassing. You know?
Level 2 is your
That
girl.
means most of the time, brother's first test. You know?
And I have homies in the world like that because they heard the word, they saw, they were intrigued, they inquired, so they were so-called repenting, and then they left their wicked ways, whatever they were involved in, and because life started kicking their ass, or temptation came, they went back into the world, and the Most High actually took them out. There were several people like that.
You know, because real quick, Matthew 4:3 says, and when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. So the point is that there's a tempter out there, who's spiritually Satan. And this is James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So that's when we receive the crown of life, when we try, man. When we endure that temptation. What's tried, another word for tried is to be tested. Like Dave Loaf made that song, let a nigga try me. You know, he want to test you, or whatever. Right? So it's like the scripture saying it's coming up against you. And we have to endure that. And like as it says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High, for the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. So the Most High, the story of Job, he's sitting back watching, seeing what you're going to do. Verse 14, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. So that's why that thought pops in your head, man, right, of going off. That's spiritually safe, but then you play upon it, you gotta like squash that shit like a fucking bug.
Word, man.
You know, start bugs come in front of you, you gotta have the light on, bug come in your room, you gotta slap that shit immediately, man. Otherwise, what? It festers, man. And then when it festers, he says, then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. So now you go off, you fell in love with that idea, Satan put it in your head, you drawn off with it, right? And then you sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Do not err, my beloved brother. So stay on point.
I got a precept. James 2:17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. You know, because it's very easy to say that you have faith, like a lot of these so-called churchgoers. But when it comes down to it, in your daily walk, are you trying to keep the law in mind? You know, are you keeping the gospel? Are you keeping the belief in BaHaSham, Yahawashi, how you got to be separate from this world? A lot of these people, you know, they'll go to church on Sunday, and then they'll keep some Easter Sunday bullshit, which is blasphemy, you know? So, for example, these people, by their works, their faith is dead. They're not really walking the walk, so to speak.
This is Matthew chapter 4. I'll jump straight to the point. It says 4 and 10, I'll read. Then said Yahawashi to him, get thee hence, Satan, what is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. So the brother had brought out, Satan was up with you for a period of time, but then the Lord had you succumb or pass that test, and then now you have more understanding, in the scriptures. Your mind is more clear.
I got something. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 12. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. And going back to what you said, trying is to what? To test you. Okay? As though some strange thing happened unto you. Because again, like the brother said as well, as far as your family and everything like that coming against you, because you're following after the ways of BaHaSham, Yahawashi, you know. And I was telling the brother, that's level 1. Level 1 is your family. Level 2, maybe if you have a girl and you try to tell your girl stuff like that, yeah, all that stuff, and she leaves you. But that's the point, man. As far as the fiery trial, it says, but rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahawashi's suffering, Yahawashi Mashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. And why? Because we have the ticket to make it into the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, this is not a game, man. This is like serious, man. Like the Lord called you into this, and he again, he says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So he called you to go out and bring forth good fruit. So that should be like a real thing, man. As far as like, you should feel good, man. Because you know that those certain things, if those certain things happen to you, you know the Lord is dealing with you at the end of the day. But yeah, that's it.
I got something. I got it. All right. This is Matthew chapter 16 and verse 24. It says, and then Yahawashi unto his disciples, and if any man will come after me, let him deny thyself. So let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And taking on that cross is taking up, bearing those tribulations that Yahawashi went through, man. We gotta go through the same things that Yahawashi been through. Boy, he was being denied by his people. They were calling him crazy, calling him Beelzebub. He comes another spirit, saying that it was blaspheming him to say that he was the son of the living power. And that's what's going on right now. All right. But what we understand, Yahawashi went through. Understand we have to go through the same thing. So, like the brother was mentioning, that level 1's, telling your family, having your family come against you. You know, the Lord said that what? You got to deny what? You got love the Lord more than your father and your mother and all your family members, whoever it is, man. Or else you're what? You're not even fit to be a disciple. It says, if any man will come after me, let him deny thyself and take up his cross and follow me. It says, whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. That's what we're doing currently now. We're losing our life, what? To get our lives in the kingdom. Or when Yahawashi returns, we get beamed up in those bodies, man, and we be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Not being ashamed of what we've done. All right? It says, for what if a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? All right, bless you, man.
Yeah, I got some. This came from a brother from South Carolina. One of his lessons, he brought this up. And this is Luke chapter 22 and 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may shift you as wheat. Now, look it up in the ERV version. This is Luke 22 and 31. Satan has asked to test you men, like a farmer tests his wheat. Oh, Simon, Simon, I have prayed that you will not lose your faith. Help your brothers be stronger when you come back to me. So I just read it again. Luke 22 and 31. Satan has asked to test you men like farmers. Well, Satan has asked to test you men like a farmer tests his wheat.
I just want to say first. You said what? That Satan what? That Satan what?
It says Satan has asked.
Yeah, it said that Satan has asked, man. This is not the book of Job all over again. So what? Now we know. The priest says that what? This is all a test. That Satan is just doing his job, man. That the Lord is allowing Satan to do what he got to do. In order for what? To be tested, making sure that what? That we are worthy of having this knowledge.
So that proves that this is the New Testament. All right, Yahawashi speaking about the temple, right? And he made mention that look, Satan has asked. You know, that's why Satan works for the Most High. And you know the brother from South Carolina brought that out.
That was deep.
I
didn't think about
that. Look at stories like Job and be thankful and grateful that we don't have it nearly as bad. You know, so these temptations are not compared to what Job was going through.
I got something. You got something, brother?
Yeah, I got some left. This is real quick. This is real quick too. Luke 4 and 13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. So it goes to show he's gonna say Lord is gonna try and come back. You know, you may have a season where you do your thing, but then you're gonna go through hell. You know, and that's ultimately that test, that fiery trial, which is coming from the spiritual people Satan, which really BaHaSham allows. So Lord's coming back to see where you at. So say he departed but for a season, spiritual people Satan.
And that shows you how powerful this word is, and that you being called is very serious, because your name is now spoken up in the heavens to the Most High. You got demons, you got Satan, the temple you want to call it. They asking permission to test you, to do certain things. We already know that according to the council the Lord had with the angels, according to what he wanted to do, the Lord wanted to do our King Yahawah. You had one angel, but you had angels on the right, angels on the left. And they both was deciding, trying to see who's going to come up with the best way of taking this guy out. And one angel said, "You will be a lying spirit among his prophets." The Lord said, "You will prevail, go do so." So that shows you the image, that shows you, it gives you the idea of how the Lord counsels. So when angels are speaking with the Most High, they're doing their job.
And if you have that real faith, the substance of things hoped for, real faith in the Heavenly Father, real faith in His Word, right? That you are a son of Israel. So the Heavenly Father is for you, and He's putting you through these tests, just like a good father. We may put our kid through something. You put them through some shit just enough to challenge them, but they're not gonna fail at it. That they have a likelihood of succeeding, so they feel good. But you do it for their growth. So the same way the Most High is looking at us as His children, if we're faithful to Him, like a good father, He doesn't want to destroy you. He just wants you to prove yourself, to level up. So with that in mind, just encounter every test with the most utmost integrity, the utmost faith, and then you'll grow through overcoming that.
And, imagine, you praying to the Lord, to strengthen you, give you more strengthen your faith. Well, demons know that. The Lord said strengthen his faith. Get up. Help him. Let's see. Toss some shit up.
It's like Dragon Ball Z, man. You got Trunks and Goten when they were young, and they heard that the fight was about to happen. They got hyped as hell. Why? Because they wanted to show their strength, man. That's why a lot of the fights happen, man. Like Vegeta, he got pride, whatever. He wanted to be an asshole. Let him level up, man. Must be fucking up when he's at his highest level. So he wanted that opposition so that he could show his strength, man. So it's kind of a mindset, man. To show where you at.
And Vegeta and Goku, they could also learn a lesson out of that. Vegeta, he couldn't reach the power that Goku could because Goku was more humble. And Vegeta was too fucking too aggressive and arrogant until he humbled himself. He even hated merging with Goku. They used to do the free whatever. Goku, I want to be a part of you, But guess what? He humbled himself and realized Goku was strong and he leveled up.
It's a lot.
It's not a bad guy. But you see the lessons learned. Somebody's being humble and somebody being a hard ass. It takes them a lot more lessons. They ask a lot more than somebody that just listens.
I just want to add too, you mentioned Dragon Ball Z. I was thinking about Goku and Cell during the Cell games and shit. Goku could have beat Cell easily, honestly, but Goku was like, no, nah, I'm letting my son go ahead and fuck with you. Having his son go through that fiery trial going against Cell. Cell could beat everybody, but what he said, nah, you're gonna be able to do this. There's a power. Goku mentioned that there's a power within Gohan that he doesn't even know. Doesn't know about that can unlock within him. All he had to do is go through that that fight with Cell, and then when he hit the next level.
And then Gohan, Vegeta let his ass have it, man, because he's like, while you out here going on dates and shit, I've been training every single fucking day, And then what? Gohan fell off tremendously, man. But if he would have stayed training, because he was training with Piccolo, if he would have stayed training. Matter of fact, I remember you sent down with that the Marvel joint, or the Avengers. Yeah, like Captain America was fighting his old self, but he was like, he pretty much fell off his training, and the old Captain America was whooping his ass. He had to trick him, man. He had to give him with a trick shot because he was such in the zone back then that he whipped the one that was falling off. He whipped his ass, man. So just to show that you got to stay in the spirit, Before, stay fervent, man. Stay on fire. If you fall off, you get weak.
Hey, I'm not to mention the shows again. Remember that Will Smith movie? What was it? Was it Will Smith?
Man.
Now, what was it? Gemini Man. Yeah, Gemini. I don't remember the movie too crazy, but had the younger version of himself. He was a little older, but he's like, this is the best version of him, But he got a little older, that's why, especially the apostles of the riding, like we talk about all the time. You want that fiery spirit from when you first came in. Right. The fiery spirit, that's what you pray for. Don't let that fire get snuffed out any type of way, You know what I mean?
Sure. I was gonna say it because Elder Reinlove always says that we're at war with ourselves, so we have to fight. We have to be fighting ourselves as well. But you go ahead.
In Hebrews chapter 10, verse 34, for ye had compassion of me in my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and enduring substance. Cast not away therefore your confidence, which has great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience.
So brother, it's a brother spirit. Brother got faith. Brother high off the faith in Yahawashi, Rawchaa, excited. Let him keep that confidence. Because that's the spirit we need. Sometimes being in the truth for a while, you go through emotions, you need a pick me up, you need a faith. You might see a brother, see a brother, the younger brother, you see how excited he is, it excites you because it's like, yo,
I remember that.
Guy. That's why brothers here to help each other, man. Doing the works is helping brothers to stay on fire.
For ye have need of patience, that after ye ye have done the will of the Most High,
Ye have needed patience, meaning you have need suffering. You know, this patient means suffering. And the suffering will keep you with confidence and faith. And if you started to actually get comfortable, you're going to lose all that. That's why King Solomon said, "Give me food convenient for me. Don't make you rich, don't make you poor." He said if he was rich, he would forsake the Lord. If he was poor, he would still he would break the law. Like these guys. These niggas out here going to lose it all. It's their own life. You know? Because they full of the fury of the Lord. You know?
that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in it.
And that's why, you know, us brothers here at GreatMillStone start with the apostles, man. Every lesson, man, almost, you can say every lesson depending on the topic. We always talk about keeping faith. You know, compared to different camps, they don't really talk about having faith. Really don't come out their mouth. I don't watch too much of the different camps, but from what I see when I do, they don't ever be talking about having faith, man. You know?
Nothing.
Yeah. It's just, I'm cutting up this devil.
Yeah.
Bringing out the history, you know, but where's faith? All that is good for what? It's meaningless if you don't have faith on it. That's why Apostle Paul said, he that might get Romans 14. He that with faith.
He said that they don't hate Edomites.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
So they copying off of Yahawashi. Yahawashi said that years ago. Yeah,
That's bad.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
bad
yeah,
example.
he used the term Edomite. Yeah, like, that's actually speaking to Esau. At least Yahawashi said the so-called white man or whatever.
See, it's getting to the point
Or
where
white people, they think he said.
yeah, it's getting to the point where the Lord is exposing God. He's exposing the false prophets.
Yep, absolutely.
He's sealing it. He's sealing it. The repentance is going, hey, doors are closing. Because when the Lord has the righteous, let's say the Lord has his righteous prophets to get on you, to reprove you, to rebuke you, the Lord been doing that for a long time. And the mercy is running thin. Now the Lord is about to just seal your judgment, man. You know, and it's proven, the statements that they making in different camps and all that, they're proving themselves to be of the world. They're not really truly about the word of the Yahawah. They're not really looking for Yahawashi return. This is all about gimmicks. It's about filthy lucre, which is money. It's about prize, about image. It's about making a buck. You know, having debates. Debates bring forth money. You think they're gonna have a form that's gonna be free? No, it's not gonna be free. They're gonna generate whoever is interested gonna get there, and they're gonna split that money up. You know, and then after it's all over, who won? Nobody. Because everybody gonna continue to do what they've been doing. You know? It's not like a boxing match. You got two great fighters, Aaron Spence, Terrence Crawford. When that fight happened, Lord willing, you know, I hope I can see it, Lord willing, right? You're gonna know it's gonna be unless they do some bullshit and draw, but you're gonna know there's a winner at the end of the 12th round, man. But when it comes to that debating shit, there ain't no winners. It's bullshit, man. But
You want to be,
Romans 14, verse 22. Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before God.
right?
Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth. He that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith.
See, because he eateth not with faith. So you eat in the word, but it ain't gonna profit you if you're not eating it with faith. You could look, the guy that came down here, you know, the fucking demon that fell out a long time ago, God.
that's y'all.
That nigga, when he came in, he didn't eat the word with faith. He was trying to swallow up topics so he could be out there like this. 'Cause he was mimicking, you know who? He was mimicking him. And he wanted that. He wanted that image. So he swallowed up topics. He wanted to be out there like he the man. He got all the knowledge and stuff, but never had faith. You can memorize scriptures. You can fame yourself to be a great teacher. But if you yourself don't got faith in what you believe in, what good is it? What's the scripture in the Apocrypha?
You don't even level of the parrot.
Right.
Well, this is the first level.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, the importance is learn the word, eat the roll, and absorb it.
Yeah.
Digest it. Yes, it's sweet, and then it becomes bitter, but it's going to benefit you. You know the herbs that benefit you? The bitter herbs. It get rid of diseases, whatever. It heals you. Keeps you going, makes you lively, man. So the word does that. Because when the going gets tough, it's you that's going to have faith. You ain't going to be able to make a phone call or lead upon the camp leader or the brother in the camp. He got his own thing going on. He trying to survive. You know? And I just, you know, just my humble opinion with these guys that got all this money being Israelites, the heads are up going to cut everybody off. Because they're going to look and save their life. That's why it's like if you're a part of that shit, and you know this shit is wrong, but you scared to leave because it's a congregation, it's a fellowship that's going on, and you don't want to leave because you don't want to be embarrassed. You better think on Yahawashi. You should already know. That's why we call them guys zombies, man.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, because you should realize that when shit hit the fan, the heads thereof, the leaders, they're gonna cut you off, man. They're not gonna feed you, man. They're gonna sell you out. You know, and who's to say that they're not already paid agents or sold out already? You know, we believe they sold out. Look at the remarks, look at their actions, man. We need true righteous men that's teaching the word of sincerity and truth, Yahawashi, so you can eat the book. That's what Apostle Paul's getting into. But you can bring that out.
Ecclesiastes was the book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 19.
Hey, it's the saving of your soul, man. And guess what? If you got family, you want to save your children, your wife, you love them, they there with you, they support you, got your back, you're going through rough times together. The Lord have mercy on you, you want the Lord to have mercy on them. You better have faith in Yahawashi.
Ecclesiastes 37 and 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself.
That's one of them parents, man. Guys that want to eat eat the word, but they don't profit them because they don't have faith. This is all about faith, man. We're not gonna stop saying that. Whether it get boring, you get tired of hearing that. Hey, when the Lord closed the mouth of the prophets, you're done. You're done, man.
Yeah, even if they're teaching 99% of the truth, if they're teaching 1% off, yeah, how the scripture say, a little leaven, leaveneth the whole lump. It means that the whole word is corrupted.
Oh, another Apostle Qadash in that video too earlier, he said that they teach IUIC teaching that Cedric Dozier, you know, is the mark.
Yeah, I seen that. I was just watching that on the way.
A little leaven, leaveneth the whole lump. That
Yo,
you could think that they're mostly on point with, you know, teaching Israel, or they actually look like some good guys. They care about the family structure and shit. But you see, they sneak in that 1% that really corrupts everything else. Because it doesn't matter if you keep the whole book, but if you take that mark, you're done.
Right.
So that little leaven made everything go out the window. You're still going to be destroyed following one of these Judas goats. And that's exactly what they are. A Judas goat, you know, it brings the sheep to the slaughterhouse, and then they just did their job. Then they step to the side. So like the brother's saying, that day, these false leaders, they're just going to dip out the back door and sacrifice the congregation.
That's what I say, they're doing their job.
Ezekiel 14 and 9. And if the prophet be deceived, me have spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet. And I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel.
So the Lord gonna deal with them guys, man. He took a backdoor deal. You know, you got people believing in you that you're carrying the word and truth and sincerity. You know, here it is, you sold them out, teaching them false doctrine. You know, making a doctrine to where it's okay to get the mark.
Covenant with death.
Because your doctrine of the mark is different than what the actual book says. You know, that's wicked. And they cover it, trying to, you know, do videos and at this point, knowing that the money system is changing, you gotta look at these guys with all eyebrows raised. Like at this point, it's you know what's going on. We're lying to these guys.
You know, where this brother says about Nate saying like LTV pretty much like saying it's very much the fly is getting you to sin somehow. Like man, then he said like it was something to the point where sin is legal. Like it's already legal.
Yeah,
It's always been legal.
And you know what? That shows you that he don't have faith, man. guys only tend to start acting on faith when they get sick. You get sick, you get hurt, you get put in jail. You ain't got no choice but to act on faith, hoping that, he get me out of this one. But when you got that comfort, you got money, you got people worshiping you, you ain't got no faith. You ain't got no faith, man. It's sad, man, but hey, that's the Lord's word. That's what it's His word is elect.
That's why I was real quick. That's why you're supposed to trust the Most High rather than man. If you see that your damn teacher's going off against the Scripture, that's something that you're supposed to question. Or else you're choosing man over the Most High. So now you're leaning on an idol. If you really taking Yahawah's word over what the Most High saying, and you know that in your spirit, your conscience is resonating with this word. You know that the MOT could be this Caraco, but you still want to fight that to follow man. Most High's going to destroy that man and you.
Yeah, and the way that GreatMillStone teach, start with the apostle to heart, they taught us. And they teach you not just listen to their word, but go research it. Go look it up for yourself. And what I've learned going in the truth is that when you actually read it, you learn something from searching and researching, it stick with you. And you be like, oh shit, there's somebody just telling you. You hear it, but then you look it up, you're like, oh, yo, like this is true because we researched it. So us brothers here at GreatMillStone, man, we teach you the word, but it's your job to do due diligence. Do your due diligence. Go look it up. And this is how you look up. All right, I heard what he said. I'm gonna look these things up. I pray hopefully the Lord will reveal the truth to me. I heard what he said. I heard what he said. Now I have to use discernment. So what I have to do now, let me look it up. Oh shit. They actually right, they actually wrong. Okay, I see. Next, go to the next one. Oh wow, we got a difference again. Let me look it up. Put a prayer up. Oh, he actually right, they actually wrong. Stop siding and following those who do iniquity, man. What's the scripture say? Follow those
He that follow the way.
Don't follow a multitude to do evil. All because there's a larger group, more organized, well, not even more organized, I say, but just more in an organization, same color garments, glitz and glamour. Glitz and glamour, they got money. You're a fool for doing that.
They trying to go back to Nigeria. They trying to form a little community in Nigeria. At the IUIC. So how many people saying, yo, that's lit? What's that, man?
These guys, and I hear it's like they acting like they know something we don't know, but not realizing they've been lied to. You think the devil, sit down with the devil and he's trying to get you to sell out, and then he tell you the truth about certain things, and now you think you got one up on the head of the Lord that you're not supposed to know these things. We know the word of the Lord, and we have faith in that. The devil is not God, man. So-called white man is not God, man. The government is not God. No matter if they run the world, the elite or global coach, and they saying this and that, they have an agenda, but we also know the agenda of Yahawashi, and his agenda trumps their agenda. We don't even need to listen to them. All we have to do is study the word. The Lord reveals what they're going to do. And they don't have the spirit for that. Because they don't, and I occupy the prophecy. You read the word, the Lord talk to you when they do stuff. Yeah. Oh shit. No, they really doing that. Oh, scripture, let me get a precept on that. Oh shit, nigga, let's not. Because you occupy the prophecy. The Lord's going to reveal it to you. That's why Habakkuk, somebody can Habakkuk too.
So I was going to say seek, also seeking you shall find. Going back to how you said that you retain it more when you go out and seek it. It's like these silver spoon kids, If it's just given to you, you take it for granted, you don't appreciate it. But when you actually labor for it, you went, you studied, you read, you sorted out. Now it has some value.
Right. Nobody.
Real quick one for you too. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Right. That's important, man. Because you think about it, you're studying and you're a prophet, you call yourself a teacher, going on the corners and teach people the word of the Lord. Well, that's some serious work. Because guess what? If you teach lies, you're going against Yahawashi. Teaching truth, you're doing a great thing in Yahawashi. Don't do that again. nah, but I want to correct you. You say the right thing. That's what we do. It ain't no pride, man. These guys don't understand that we're messengers, man. We're delivering a message, all right, from Yahawashi. Whether they hear or forbid, just like your mailman. You know, you don't get mad at the mailman when the mailman drop off your mail. Let's say you get served, get sued, whatever, and your mail come in and mailman put the shit in your thing. He walking to the next house. You looking at your mail, but he right there at the next house. Oh hell no, motherfucker! Yo, come here. Fuck you doing? Look at you. That's your problem. You go over there. You know. So read that again.
2 Timothy 2 and 15.
Gotta get this straight. Gotta get this straight.
2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, the workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
So now, this is for you. Because if you study, topics come up, like the Apostle called them nasties in the scriptures. When those certain controversial topics come up, guess what? You're not ashamed because you know the truth about it. This guy, he bugged the fuck out. He can't understand the flower. He over here, you know, the box. You know, he bugged out. But us brothers, we know the truth. So I'm not ashamed in what I'm teaching or what I'm into. A lot of guys fall out for that because they didn't study. So now when certain topics come up, controversial topics, oh, I don't want to look like that, yo. Damn, I'm really a part of that. Dudes are crazy.
They get emotional.
Yeah.
Which goes back to that feminine spirit, mind and face. That's really women. That's why the knowledge wasn't imparted to them. But you as a logical man, you're supposed to lean on reason more than emotion. You know, you got to study to show yourself proof. If not, that, you know, that's why I said it needed not to be ashamed. Because like somebody that thoroughly knows their shit, they're not gonna feel ashamed. They're not speaking like a fool. They're speaking as an expert.
Right. So
the same thing where when you don't have that faith, you know, you're gonna be caught up on your emotions rather than what the Most High said.
Like, some was saying how somebody pretty much would be able to get me for like those types of doctrines. So, like, you know, like against the apostles, now like, yeah, locked up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, I don't think he locked up yet. Something about the last 7 or something like that. But he's lying. I don't know, but I saw videos. They said that he said that he didn't agree to the plea. He's guilty of my whole life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Talk about golf week, though.
Yeah.
What you know about that? What you know about that?
One that shot at the bike.
That's 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself
You don't
approved
know
unto
about
the
that.
Most
You don't know
High,
about that.
the workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
So that first part right there is for you. And that's for yourself. So you have your faith is not you're not doubting or you're not sure. The Lord made sure that we're sure. We're not in the business of not being sure. We're in the business of being sure. We're not out here to debate. We're out here to tell you what the Lord said. You know? So that's why we don't have to sit here and prove ourselves to anybody. We come out here on the highways and byways, teach the word, whether they hear or not. Let's be sure about what we teach. You know?
Yeah, and these false camps, they got members that they don't even study. They just let people in, whoever want to come in, whatever. So they got guys out there that don't even know what this is about, haven't studied. They just going off of another man's word, so they don't even know what they're a part of.
I was gonna say too, just like this brother said, they're going off of what they was told and not what they was taught. You know, going back to that. You know,
Philippians 1 and 17. But the mother of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel.
Yeah, by knowing the word, doing it with diligence.
I was thinking that. I ain't gonna lie.
Because you're going to have a lot of those
That
coming
was a good one, man.
You're the type of person that knows the truth. So therefore, you correct it. You strongly rebuke it. Rebuke it. You know? So now you actually set up as the defense of the gospel. You know? Defending the word.
You can't make it.
Right.
You can't make it. No, we gospel defense.
What they going to say about Ezekiel? Somebody get Ezekiel 13. Okay? Because Ezekiel, the Lord told Ezekiel to go speak against the prophets of Israel.
Right.
False prophets.
I got it. Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 1.
So they would say Ezekiel was campaigning. He wasn't. He's speaking the word of the Lord. Correct?
It says, and the
What baby? So in the air.
it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say that and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts.
Yeah, because the difference is Ezekiel wasn't coming out of his own heart, speaking his vain opinions. He was speaking the word of the Lord, but then you had other guys that were teaching, trying to come in the name of the Lord, but they were speaking the things that was of their own vain opinions. It wasn't coming out of the scripture. So you still got those guys back today. Right?
Hear ye the word of the Lord.
Hey, even when we want to give an opinion, we say what? I'm just giving my humble opinion on the matter. We barely do that. It's only for a situation. You know? But we don't give opinions. We actually, hey brother, we got the scripture, bring it out. You know, let the scripture speak. Right?
It says, thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing.
And that's what you have today. You know, guys that they don't even really prophesize, but they supposed to be head men of these different camps. They got large followers, they got a lot of money. They Passovers are abundance, you know, it generates a lot of money. You know. These guys act like they're the top guys of Israel, and they're not. You know? Right?
If I could add too, that's why Yahawashi said what? Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. These guys might say something, but then the law always have it to where a news article will come out that'll cut that. You know, like the brother said, it's evident what the MOTD is now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you got you will put a spirit on these heathens. Edomites, man. You know, and they know what the deal is. They getting ready. You know, you got people who follow money, people who's into money. They got cryptocurrency. They know how to work that stuff. They know they watch it every day. They wake up, get their coffee. They watching the status of the stocks. They checking they what you call it, what I said, crypto, and they into this stuff. Like this is what they do. They making money off this stuff. They know where the money is going, so they understand that. At the same time, in another avenue, Esau is also bringing out devices that deals with near-field communication. You know, you got guys that have, talking about guys that's supposed to be very knowledgeable in money. They're talking about what's going on. They can see the future. So it's like, it's not rocket science. The prophets had the vision first. We were prophesizing it. Now the Lord is manifesting. Real quick, get Habakkuk.
I got that right here too.
Yeah, bring that out.
Oh,
Because-
shit, I just
because,
lost it. Never mind.
Yeah,
You got
bring it
it.
out.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
Yeah, the prophets had the vision. You know? And they were, hey, brothers were out there speaking. Apostles and their elders, man. Brothers was out there speaking. Rabbi Albert Benders, you know, out there speaking. They had the vision. Right? Go ahead. Read it again.
For the vision. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
It says for the vision is yet for an appointed time. The prophecy is for an appointed time. Go ahead.
It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
That's what's happening right now. So now the world knows what's going on. And then you got, it's a shame because you got men that's supposed to be prophets of the Lord and they acting like this is not going on. Still trying to play these games, playing manipulating mind games on their congregation to not believe in the prophets, the true men of the Lord that's bringing it out. It's amazing. And then you got heathens that's not even in the race. They're not getting delivered. But they know what time it is. And they're trying to warn everyone on social media and these different websites and all this stuff. Like it's amazing. The things that they call conspiracy is actually fact. So read that again.
For the vision, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
It's speaking. And it's not a lie.
Clear.
Did not Elon Musk just get FDA approval for brain chips? What the scriptures say in their foreheads, right? Some guys will say, yeah, I see it in the hand, but they ain't gonna put no chip in your head, yo. Because they used to say that. Yeah, I can see it in the hand, but man, how they gonna get a chip in your head though? Nah, I don't know about that. It gotta mean something else, yo. What now? Right? Because it's in your face.
It's clear. Speak.
It's almost like it started off like a huge steak, right? Because you know the Most High speaks about the milk and the meat. So it almost started like it's meat, right? A big steak, but now it's just down to baby bites.
Right.
And you still can't take that shit, so fuck it, die. You gotta get put to death.
Yeah, and listen to those certain experts that know what they're talking about. Certain guys, they podcast, they reading and they reading the agendas that they're pushing. It's not a lie. They're professionals at what they do. They're telling you that look what the miracle that this thing. You know, Elon Musk already told you, or he showed you, monkeys using telepathy to play ping pong. Like, come on.
Yeah, you got guys in the world that know that doing breakdowns and everything, heathens even. Yeah. But you got this man that, you know, in the truth over 30 years, Yahawah and them, and they can't get it.
Right.
You know, it's so.
They paid off.
Yeah. Had an Israelite on the job, man. He was like, because Snoop Dogg, they gonna do it right in your mind.
I know.
You can see it, man, but these guys can't see it. For fuck's sakes, man, you don't watch, you didn't see the Unlisted on Netflix, right? The episode of Archangel on Black Bear, the movie Divergent. You didn't see them chicks, man? And they literally show them putting chips in people and then being able to control their bodies, man. You know? So, what do you think came out to the TV? Why think you're not there to be delivered? Ain't gonna be nothing left back to deliver to. You're gonna be completely under the so-called white man's control. He's gonna be your God. That's what it's coming. That's why we're not to take that shit. They're gonna have full control over it. You don't watch the movie? They put it. Matter of fact, Apostle Qadash did that lesson, man. When the brother from UK, it's called predictive programming, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Where they put these prophecies, these false prophecies, what they want to do in their TV shows. It's called predictive programming.
Real quick, he said, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices. So you mean to tell me you got kids out here that are not prophesizing what's coming down the pipe, right? This means they're ignorant to Satan's devices. That means that the Lord ain't dealing with them. Because how are you not warning and giving out this message so that the Lord's elect can get right? You know, whoever the Lord elect they be. You know, so that the Lord can deal with them and wake them up and keep them safe, man. You know?
There's a lot of army guys that are already talking about that they've gotten that shit. You know, and they show that shit in that movie Hobbs and Shaw. It was the Rock and Jason Statham. The main bad guy, which was Idris Elba, he was C-Hip. You know, and that was it's the super soldier, and especially because America got this dwindling army, they're gonna want the top guys to be super on that shit, so they're gonna put that miracle in it.
Yeah, because they gotta consider that when that job does come, a lot of people gonna say fuck and go to jail. You know, they're not gonna want to sign up for that shit. You know, nobody wants to fight for this thing, though. Especially while you oppress so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics every single day, and you want us to fight for you, bro. You know, you are their enemy, man. But I got something.
That's why the psyops is important. The great psyops to bring everybody together. You know, the UFO. One guy mentioned that, you know, they got everybody thinking that something coming from the sky, but really it's gonna come from the ocean.
It's a lot. I was mentioning to you earlier about Edom I was talking to. That's interested in all the UFOs all of a sudden now. He's like, yo, man, the world's going crazy. UFOs everywhere. Why is the government talking about this stuff, man? This is the craziest thing going on in the world, man. I'm like, dog, like you just not figuring about this out? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about people live under the ocean and shit like that. Probably like angels or no, I'm not like aliens living under the ocean and shit. He wanted me to break it down to him. I was just like, dude, nah, I'm not.
Get back to work.
Yeah, like, they got work to do. You know what I mean?
You know, the scriptures, they're going to say that too. On this side, you say how the Lord come out of the sea.
Also real quick, because ultimately, man, this is just for the hopeful elect. And this reminds me of Matthew 22:11. It says, and when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he said unto the friend, how camest thou in hither, having having not a wedding garment, and he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And I just kind of reminded you too of like, oh, those are not to be elect. So these false doctrines is like kind of getting these dudes out of here, out of the prince of the elect too. You know, kind of look at it like that too. So like this, like you teaching not to come up to the TVA and the mark, that's you like getting them out of there from that wedding garment. Because really it's about the elect, you know, the Lord's family. And you know, you're not gonna have ninjas that's gonna come into the fold, man, and not get thrown and casted out. So they may take the bite of these false doctrines, man. So they're doing their job at the end of the day.
Are you some? Oh, yeah,
I got a quick reset. Psalms 101 and 3. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. So Yahawashi, a forward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. And who's these man slandering? The prophets, you know? So we're not just any neighbor. We're the Lord's special neighbor. Whoso privily.
You had that damn bitch, man, that said she posted up on Instagram or whatever it was. Hide your children, guys, or G message around something like that. Hide your 9-year-old daughter.
She gonna be marked,
You're gonna
man.
have to answer for that.
She'll be dealt with. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Well, that's all of these guys, you know, fucking Alizé and all of them, real proud look. Mine eye shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all the wicked doers from the city of the Lord.
You know something? That was songs? And it shows that them guys that the Lord is talking about, they not reading the scriptures because they will be considered. You know, this is what happens when you stop reading the scriptures and you carry on with what you think is right. And not really reading the scriptures, because if they really read that, it would cut. And it would reconsider and repent. Now, I'm not doing this. I don't want to be a part of the Lord. Now these guys, you know, ain't really pushing faith in Yahawashi coming anyway.
Because they're eating the word without faith, like you said, you know, so it's of no effect to them. They think that, they still think like the world, because they're still part of the world, that this is like a mythological book.
Second Ezra 8 and 1. Second Ezra 8 and 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similar to Ezra. As when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much gold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. To be many created, but few shall be saved. So answered I and said, swallow then down all my soul understanding and devour wisdom. For thou hast agreed to give ear, and art willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live.
When you think about it, the Lord not going to leave us out. Brothers that are sincere, honest, and true about the work, giving it this thing your all, just know you're going to be distinguished, right? By Yahawah, and accepted. That's what we want. We want to hope that we're worthy of being accepted by Yahawah. And the brother Greg, for that scripture, was those guys that's actually going to be rejected. The Lord going to say, I never knew you, man. He that work iniquity. You know?
It says that he hates their work.
Yeah, and then what your brother put out, not having a wedding garment. You know?
It's probably the scariest thing to a prophet.
Yeah.
Those words.
Yeah, especially after you say, because them guys think they're doing the works of righteousness, and it's pleasing. See, that's what elder brother Rawchaa, he mentioned in one of his live streams. He was quoting from Elder Yahawah. I guess I didn't see that video, but he mentioned that Yahawah mentioned, that we're going to see sacrifices worth Elijah, because I thought about Elijah. And remember he laughed at the prophets of Baal.
Oh yeah.
And it was his sacrifice and their sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, dang, yo, that's a good ass point, man. That's what it's really gonna come down to at the end of the day.
And notice this, that Elijah, man, like, he was so confident, man, just as we are. Like, as far as, like, when we say we have the 100% truth, well, I should say when GMS says that they have 100% truth, they truly do believe that, you know?
That's not a boast.
Yeah, right.
It's not a boast. It's just the truth.
Right.
You know, because throughout all the word, Genesis to Revelation, it's been thoroughly written over and over and over.
Right.
You know, so if you have a question, brothers will go into it and answer for it.
Exactly.
So you get the understanding.
I was gonna say it to him.
1 Peter 2 and 5. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahawashi Mashiach.
Key word, acceptable to Yahawah, Yahawashi. So whatever the works that you're doing, hopefully you're doing with faith. Not looking for something. What you're looking for is the saving of your soul.
Right.
That's what you're looking for. I hope I can get around the brothers, you know, be a part of that brotherhood. And I believe, you know, because it's a good thing. The Lord said you love your brothers as well in unity. But guess what? Your whole focus in the back of your mind and your spirit is that I'm hoping that I'm one of the elect.
Right.
That the Lord accept my sacrifice, forgive me of my sins, man. You know, that's the important thing, yo.
Yeah, and that cuts that wrong breakdown of John 3:16 that the Lord loves everybody, that he'll just accept anybody. No, it has to be acceptable.
Hey, and talking about the sacrifice, to me, this all goes back to Cain and Abel at the end of the day, because when Abel gave that sacrifice, it was pleasing unto the Lord. But here is that you got these other Israelite groups, and of course Esau, Edom, you know, get off the sacrifice for this damn devil. Why? Not telling the people what's going on when it comes to prophecies or what's happening in the last days, Jacob's trouble. You know, trying to keep them asleep. They just wake them up just enough to keep them still asleep. You know, and that's the sad thing, because wow, you're playing with another person's salvation. You know, ultimately, Yahawah ultimately knows the ones that he called who were chosen. The rest are just gonna be stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this real quick. This is and another thing too. The brother mentioned about the wedding garments. You niggas don't worry about the wedding garments. You just worry about the fringes on the fucking garments. You know? I think it's crazy. So this is Jeremiah 23 back on these niggas. 23 and 16. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart. All right. And what you got? ILIC talking about we're going to build grocery stores and all this shit down there in Manhattan and Harlem and things like that. Something to build upon this world and this society. House of Israel going over there in Georgia, in Atlanta, building over there at Israelite Camp. Going, IYC going to Nigeria, building shit over there. All right. It says they speak a vision of their own heart and not out of the mouth of the Lord. It says in verse 17, they say still unto them that despise me, the Lord hath said, ye have peace, and they say unto everyone that walketh after their imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. And who we hear that? I'm reading again. It says, they say still unto them that despise me, the Lord hath said, ye shall have peace, and they say unto every one that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. Okay, and what do we hear? We always hear, oh, there is going to be no Jacob's trouble all these years, but all of a sudden, no, we say there is going to something happen, but not technically to what you guys are saying. Nigga, there's going to be troubled times, man. Let's say that when there should be peace and safety, then some destruction come about. It says, for who have stood in the counsel of the Lord and have perceived and heard his word, who have marked his word and heard it. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. It says, verse 20, the angel of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart, and the latter days he shall consider it perfectly. All right? It said that the Lord shall not return. It says until he have executed, until he performed the thoughts of his heart. The Lord is once going to be able to come in and destroy this fucking place until his heart's content. All right, here it is. He set you niggas up just for complete failure. It said, "It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked." Right? It says, and one more verse. Oh yeah, two more verses. "The angel of the Lord shall not be returned to him, executed and performed the thoughts of his heart. Latter days shall consider perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned from the evil way and from the evil of their doings." That's the point right there. They don't listen to the words of Yahawah. So what? They're meant to do evil. Because why? They want to hear 100% truth. They want to hear smooth things. Hear things that are pleasing unto the flesh about family and having a woman, having a husband, having a so-called living society in this world. But what? If you hear the words of Yahawashi, you know that they're leading you to your own destruction at the end of the day.
This is Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 3. It says, "Thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that prophesy, that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like foxes in the desert. Yet ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedges for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord."
Right. So going into the scriptures, man, giving a right understanding so that you can be ready for the day of the battle. You know? And most importantly, the major prophecy that we were just talking about is the MOTV. That's see it. Because the jokers think that, I know I'm an Israelite, I follow this church, and my teacher, my prophet said that mean this. Well, listen, you take that seed and that's it. There's no repentance for that. So, you've been warned, man. Go back to heaven.
I got while you got that. Leviticus 19 and 14. "Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord." And when you go into that word for curse, from the Hebrew word kalal, it means to be slight, to be swift, to be trifling, to be of little account, to be light, trifling, to be insignificant, to be lightly esteemed. So with that MOTV, for example, one of the biggest end time prophecies before all hell breaks loose, and before the Lord comes and salvation day, which is simultaneously the judgment day. These men that are shortchanging you, the ones that aren't giving you the whole truth, the whole gospel, that aren't fully warning you, not telling you what the seed is. They're bringing a curse upon you. They're putting a stumbling block before you that you're gonna get tripped up and fall. And it's not any light matter. It's a matter of life and death, a matter of salvation, and destruction.
Let me get something to it. Back into that. This is the same thing, Ezekiel 13:5, New Living Translation. "They have done nothing to repair the breaks in the walls around the nation. They have not helped it to stand firm in the battle on the day of the Lord." And that just reminds me of that game Ghost of Tsushima. Pretty much, you're about to go into like a certain city, whatever. You look around the city for a little gap from the defense walls that they have. And then, oh shit, then you can slide into there. The next thing you know, you slaying everybody in the middle of the night because you didn't have good surveillance around your walls. Now somebody done snuck in and overtook the city. So that's how we do when we come out here and teach 100% truth.
Right.
We're making sure that there's no breaks in the walls where somebody can sneak in from.
Right.
Which comes with teaching 100% truth.
Right.
Like yes, the name of the Lord matters. If you saying the name of the Lord don't matter, and that's a gap in the wall. Because now you're not going to call on it. Well, you're going to call on it, but if you really believe you're going to end up calling on it, but for you to teach that it don't matter, that's not a good look. But if you teach that it does matter and you have faith in it, then you sealing up that gap. And now you have the 100% truth where the enemy can't come in and overthrow us. It's been about Yahawashi myself.
And it shows the comparison between the strong tower. It says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower that the righteous will run into. As opposed to the 2/3, they're gonna have a broken wall.
They ain't gonna have no damn wall. They ain't gonna have no wall.
Hey, you mentioned, holding the ceiling.
That's a big ass
You know,
hole.
the rain, it's rain in your house. You ain't got no protection.
You know that word in Proverbs 18:10, the righteous man until sake.
Yep.
That word sake goes into the Hebrew word shagab, which means inaccessibly high. You know, like you were saying, like you can't access, if they had 100, it's giving people 100% truth.
I may as well bring it out. This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings and of mine and doeth them, I will liken them unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock, and the rains descended, and the floods came, and winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not. For
Imagine Yahawashi coming back and, you know, seeing the fact, I'm thinking about David, you know, how he was all high mighty, walking in on the horse with a massive
Man,
women crying over him, other men wild up crying over him. So,
Yeah.
look at that. He's gonna put the shame.
yeah.
it's gotta hurt him, man.
You know, he said, who are you?
Yeah.
You know,
He in that same spirit that Yahweh was in.
Yeah.
Dude down in Florida.
Yeah.
He's in that same spirit. But he ain't sending out killers.
right.
But everything else that he do, that's what Yahweh was in. Same shit.
That's that high-minded shit, man.
Yeah.
See, I was just imagining, I was reading Yahawashi coming back and saying, who the hell is you? You know, it's a earth and ashes.
I'm a great honorable Nate.
You know, you got people over here crying over you. What's wrong with you? Who is this guy? That's crazy. You know, that's crazy. You're supposed to not shit like that. You're not supposed to walk this like this. We're not worthy of that.
Right.
None of us are worthy of being worshipped. Worshiping us, fuck off. You better worship Yahawashi outside.
Right.
Look at the angels. When John, the angel approached him, you know, he said, get up, a fellow brother. That's so the angels are brothers, man. And bowing down, worshiping the angel.
Right.
It's just a messenger. You know? So you got women crying over a man, a mortal man. You know, and then think about it, what have you done? You didn't win no war, still in captivity. Because you know back then, compared when the women were, you know, crying and worshiping, you know, the men. It's because David and them just won the war. They were showing themselves to be mighty men.
Yeah.
They ain't got none of that going on. The only war that's coming is Yahawashi taking he saw the war. You know?
I mean, at the Lord chose, like when you go into Judges, it was telling Gideon, like, you know, we should worship him. He's like, no, you should worship the Lord God. Right. You know, so that's who the Lord is dealing with, man. Always giving praise to him.
Exactly. And that's the spirit I got that is Ezekiel. Ecclesiastes chapter 43, verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can. For even yet will he far exceed.
Right.
And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength.
Like, you go into what the prophet before they became men of the Lord, it was just regular men. You know what I mean? Like, who was that? Amos? You go to Amos, I forgot what it was. Brother Shalom always brings it out to where he's saying like he was just like a shepherd, like a, you know, tending to the sheep. So the Lord put him in that position. It was really the Lord.
He says, put forth all your strength and be not weary.
And another thing too, we're still walking in the way of Yahawashi when he was here 2,000 years ago. Yahawashi received, you know, glory in the earth yet. You know? We're still holding on to, well, we're still holding that torch that Yahawashi lit when he was in the earth over 2,000 years ago. We're still carrying on the same torch. We're teaching the word until he come back. You know, so we can't, Yahawashi was, scripture was that next. He was a little lower than the angels. You know, made himself no reputation. So Yahawashi was just like us. You know, when he said he ate and he drunk, he was a gluttonous and a wine bibber. Why he hung out with the publicans and sinners.
Right.
You know, he didn't have fancy clothes on. He wasn't hanging out with the rich. He had all that knowledge of perfection and perfectness in Yahawah, right? He didn't go hang with the rich. He was with the lowly, those that needed what? A healing. He wasn't clowning. Look at you guys. Look at the job, bummer lights. Yahawashi wasn't doing that. He was healing the sick, the lame, and all that. So the whole, you know, just the mannerism of our Lord that we understand in the scriptures Yahawashi gonna save you.
Okay, quick one real quick. This is Job 32 and 21. Let me pray not, let me not, I pray you, accept any man's persons, neither let them give flattering titles unto men. For I know not to give flattering titles, and so doing my maker would soon take me away.
Right.
See?
Flattering titles. A lot of, one example, which I could not stand watching his live stream. I could not stand watching this guy's live stream. It's in the world. What's his name? Blue Blood, man. Boxing. Blue Blood, y'all know. Brothers know boxing. I know. Brothers know about Blue Blood. I can't watch his live streams, and I'm making a point because in his live streams, he reads the comment boards, and when he talks about the boxers, he's always has to put their flattering titles before he actually talk about the news. You know, because you watch other shit, you watch the shit, but he always, and you know, if a guy got 4 belts, he's naming all 4 belts before he mentions this guy's name. It's annoying. It's annoying. Like, just say his name. And that's why, you know, I'm bringing it up because it's a flattering title. Yep. Come on now. We already know he won 4 belts. So what? Just talk about this shit. Because he called himself respect. He's the one that's giving them their just due respect. And, you know, that shit is corny. It's flattering titles. Now, jokers may say, well, y'all got elders and Henry. Well, that's order. You know, an elder, all right, which is someone of age, but also in ranking. You have one that's before you. You know, we're part of a monument. But that flattering title shit is whack. You know? Go ahead, I'll read that again.
Fine. It says, Job 32 and 21. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's persons, neither let me give flattering titles unto man.
Yeah, because what happens when certain men receive these titles, they get big-headed. Unlike somebody we know, you know, not to scratch your old wounds, but you know, we all witness the shit. You know, somebody would come up, you know, do a baby tar, you know, and shoot them with right to his head. And the guy thinking that, you know, he is apostle to all, you know. This happened. And, you know, but the flattering titles, we seen him witness it. Flattering title go into a man's head, thinking he's something that he's actually not. And it deceived him. Instead of just being humble, being a brother. Yeah, it was on the comment board. Somebody was comparing him to other prophets of art, which there is no comparison at all. But somebody compared him to that. Instead of him reading that, who compared him to? You know, then he started to carry himself and thinking he was that. He was that dude. You know?
Yeah, it says, for I know not to give flattering titles, and so doing, my maker would soon take me away.
See? Soon your maker, BaHaSham Yahawashi will take you away, man. Listen, man, fear the Lord, man. Be thankful, man. That's another thing, man. Gotta get more lessons on that. Be thankful, man. You know? Be thankful for what you have, man. The Lord will take it all away, man. Be thankful that you were called into this truth. Be thankful that you received the word. You believe in the word. Be thankful, man.
You got greater odds of hitting the lotto than being in the elect.
Right.
You gotta be grateful. You have a chance.
So Romans chapter 1 verse 21 says, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful. And when you go to verse 26, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. See, which part of the reason why the Most High gave them up to vile affections, because one of the things they was doing was they wasn't being thankful, amongst other things, but that was one of them. So if you ain't being thankful, man, nah, that ain't it, bro. You need to be thankful. I just read out Yahawah to give all your strength when you exalt him, when you praise him. So how much more you're not saying thank you, for your food even. So yeah, you're not being thankful. The Lord don't appreciate that.
Appreciation, man. Being appreciated for what you have, man. Brothers help you and all that. You pay for people. Cover it up.
Hey, even showing thanks is doing the work and preaching the correct doctrine. really it shows that you don't appreciate shit the Lord did for you. You're saying that the Lord's name doesn't matter. That's a huge one, really. I know people talking about that all day, but that's huge. Saying the Lord's name doesn't matter.
But your name matters.
Yeah, the MOTB. The MOTB is an embargo and a white woman, and it's what was it again? It was sin. It was sin, but they don't have the specific sin that it is for you to do in order for you to take the mark.
Come on, man. That's all. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful.
Hey, spiritual parents. You know? Parents, spiritual parents. You know? You got men that was before you that you actually learned from. You know? You learn the word. They did the laboring. You got this truth. Now you know you're an Israelite. Now you know what this topic is and this what this means. You know? You got men that was taught under the apostles and elders. But guess what? Disobedient. They get kicked, you know, fall out. Or they do their own thing. They may do their own thing, and then all of a sudden you start to see them switching up the doctrine. You know, now they don't believe in this book. Now they don't believe in that.
Yep.
You know, it's amazing.
And then this dude from a covenant group or whatever.
Yeah.
One of them was talking about he had a dream that Apostle Hall was going to die in 40 days.
Yeah, he died in 40 days. Yeah.
Oh, them niggas?
Yeah.
Alright.
What?
The one that looked like Bud from the Cosby Show.
Yeah. The oblong head. Yeah.
The covenant dudes.
Oh yeah, spiritual lessons. Yeah, life lessons.
But he also said that, then I think he said that,
They gonna
lessons. He said that somebody in
freaking
GMS is going to die in 28 days. So he changed it, I guess. He said somebody in GMS is going to die in like 28 days or something like that.
Oh, really good. Now you gonna get sick.
I think he said something like that. But I think he said 28
They
days.
gonna
Something like
fuck-
that.
yo.
He must have said,
Yeah, he said it's hard, straight up.
Yeah, he talking about so hard. Yeah, it's just hard.
then he said
They
somebody
got
in
that
GMS
So
too.
switched it up. Oh, he said somebody else is going to
Yeah,
die?
well, somebody in GMS he said.
Yo,
So I guess
soul spirit heavy, man. The Lord really put a spirit on that dude, man. The Lord put a spirit on him.
I felt it kind of open a little bit.
Yo, that soul right there, man. That's scary. That's scary, man.
So when I heard that in the lesson, I'm like, man, I didn't move no fear in me at all, bro. Like, oh, man, I'm like, if anything, man, Yahawashi is gonna fuck you up for even trying to scare his hope for all that, which it didn't even work, bro. So now you really
He's watching worse and worse.
That's why Yahawashi, man. He really trying to piss me off.
Hey,
That's his own thing. That dude crazy. Crazy. That he tempted the Lord. And we just plenty of precepts just came out, man. About God speaking. Matter of fact, go back to Ezekiel 13.
Yeah, I got it.
Start from 5 and go 3 down again.
Okay,
Matter of fact, this one. No, go ahead.
what's funny is what he said is that if it doesn't happen, then that means
We
he's
just
a
switched
false
it to them
prophet.
now.
That's what he said?
Yep.
Well, that's what the dude in ITR. They making the same, they doing the same shit. That's why Apostle, they seen it. It's like it's ongoing. You seen it before. Yeah. Because that guy out there, what was they called? Yeah, what was the ITR? He was a part of GreatMillStone. He mentioned that if you could confound the apostles, we said, we're for some shit. I forgot how he
yeah,
said it.
he denounced the name.
Yeah, he was denounced. And then what? He was out of there. Those Lord had scared up something. He got out of there over the dead time. You know? But,
That's scary.
go ahead,
That's scary. This is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 5.
and they would love that, man. Go ahead, man.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedges of the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
Shit, they don't even go in season. They don't even go out in season or out of season. So imagine, there's a whole season of gaps. Every year in, year out with them.
Straight holes, man. It says, have ye not seen a vain vision?
Here we go.
And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, the Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken, or I have not spoken. Slakia. It says, I'll read it again. It says,
Yo, like real quick, like how do you say the MOCB is sin? It's just sin, or it's Caesar Borgia? And you actually say that with a straight face, with no fear of the Most High. That's why the Most High is going to deal with them, and He's going to make their destruction public, so the whole world to see.
yeah.
You mentioned that in the last camp, last week. So you gotta count the days down. You gotta follow the shit.
It's always GMS, man.
But these knows that Lord always gives an example. Like you just said, always an example. Look at polite. Look at polite. That nigga's a perfect example right now.
Psalms 10 and 2. Yeah, just closing up in the sense. Closing up.
Con. Keep going.
Psalms 10 and 2. Yeah. Mike.
This is Psalms 10 and 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Right, that's it. That's the point. Let them be taken in the device that have imagined. Because this brother just mentioned it could be them in 28 days. He said 40 days, 40 days. That's just playing with attention. You know? Because anyway, look, man.
Yo, did he really say that?
Look. Matter of fact,
It came out of his mouth?
yeah. I just heard that. I didn't know that. I didn't know you said that.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And the brother Paul mentioned that Apostle Gabar mentioned that people always used to wish death on the prophet. So
Right.
you know.
We're in good company.
Ain't nothing new.
We're in good company. Good company.
But
Con. It says, have ye not seen a vain vision? Have ye not spoken a lying divination? Where ye say, the Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken?
yeah, I think one of them guys mentioned on the elder brother bar on his channel. It was on his last week. He was entertaining him. He was answering his questions and shit. And he mentioned, he said something about they wanted one of the 12. Like these guys talking about they know who they is. You know, they know they one of the 12. Fuck out of here, man. You think the Lord gonna give you that right now? You're not gonna know that right now. You know?
What's up, bro?
Go ahead, Doc. And then he tried to turn around and say he ain't say that. This on the comment. Like you broke the shit down. It's written. You know?
It says, therefore thus saith the Lord God Yahawah, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, saith the Lord Yahawah.
Hey, the Lord's against them, man. You know, these guys are now to change up the doctrine. You know, talking about the new covenant. You know, and speaking of, and
still
I'm saying it's an ongoing rerun that we always see. It's the guys break away from GreatMillStone, they're liable to go off, man. And it's like the Lord starts to take that spirit away from them, and they start to lose that proper understanding. Right. So this is what we're basically seeing, man. Case in point, Mississippi Bad Man, what they want to do, call themselves, and Levy is Squid.
Right.
So sidekick, you know.
I was gonna say, so
Started for attention, yo. He needs attention. I think that guy took it back.
hey,
I think he took it back.
I think the Lord put a spirit on because
Because-
oh god.
Say this stuff because it's like when Candace had the back and forth and correction came out. It's like now you still picky. Why not just teach the word and try to gather the elect for the Lord? They doing it in strife and envy. That's how you know that your Lord not dealing with you. The Lord didn't teach you strife and envy. You know, you're mad. You're still mad. It shows you a hurt female. You're a hurt woman. You know, that's like a woman. There it is. You get out of that relationship, but she feel like she ain't get her claws in. So every time she get a chance, she wanna kind of fuck your shit up. You know, you might have children with her. Matter of fact, there was a brother. I think. Matter of fact, put the video up. The woman, dude wanted to go to the graduation,
Oh, yeah.
and the girl was heckling out there. You can't come in here. He was going to the door to graduation at a public place, and he could, the girls, his big mothers out there, you can't come in here filming him. You can't come in here. I'm calling the police right now. So I got a restraining order, this and that. She didn't want him to see his daughter graduate. That's a hurt woman. Evil though, evil woman. Not that she hurt, she has a righteous anger. That bitch is wicked. She don't have indignation. That's wickedness, man. You know?
Hey man, there was a video of a woman and a dude. They had a child together, and the child died. And they're going to have the funeral. It was nothing but the women's family. So the dude was locked up, and they allowed him to come out of jail for the daughter's funeral. So he had. So yeah, anyway, the woman had her whole entire family, and the dude had his family. But she was like, no, we don't want you and your family coming over here. From like, bitch, this is our child. What you mean? This is my daughter's grandmother, my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So no, I don't want this to happen. Got the police involved. Then while I'm getting the nigga locked back up, just go back into prison for a day he had out to go to his daughter's funeral, man. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, and that's not in the guy's act. But you gotta keep yourself.
No, that's what I said.
So with that, man, you know, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Double honors to our apostles and bishops, GreatMillStone, who well. Salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, it's definitely that puts a